Chapter 971 The New Supreme. Please subscribe. The shutters of the River of Time are merely confined to a few hundred nearby universes. And only at the River of Time shores of Lin Yuan's universe is the trembling most pronounced. As for the River of Time of the hundreds of surrounding universes, just a slight wobble. In fact, every newly promoted 12-layer ascension causes similar phenomena, only far less intense than that of Lin Yuan. The disturbance caused by Lin Yuan's ascension exceeded the limits of his universe's River of Time, radiating influence to hundreds of neighboring universes. This led to the shock in the hearts of the 12-layer ultimates within hundreds of universes, as they had not seen anyone ascending at the banks of their own universe's River of Time. But such trembling and shaking coming from the riverbank? This was yet another sign of a new ultimate's ascension. The 12-layer ultimates within the nearby 100 universes were puzzled, as they had no idea about the origin of the shaking at the riverbank. But the various 12-layer alien races, who were waiting for the Galaxy Master to ascend at the riverside, were completely baffled. They had hoped to catch a glimpse of the Galaxy Master's strengths during his ascension, to determine how to face the human civilization, and how to face the Galaxy Master in the future. They indeed saw some capabilities of the Galaxy Master, but it scared all the 12-layer ultimates. Such a massive body size? How robust is the life essence of the Galaxy Master? The mind of a member of the Star Alliance Ultimate was horrified. The size displayed along the River of Time banks is not as simple as mere multiples. If my life essence is double yours, then my size at the riverbank is also double yours. It doesn't work like that. The rules at the River of Time banks are extremely strict, and having doubled life essence translates here to barely slightly taller. So, many of the 12-layer ultimates at the bank, except for the two from the robber clan at the peak of the path-splitting realm, are more or less the same size. Even the Xianxia Supremes and myriad transformation queens, who are near the peak of the path-splitting realm, appear just like other 12-layer ultimates. But Lin Yuan? Their body heights, these 12-layer ultimates, only reached his knees. Perhaps Lin Yuan could casually walk over and accidentally kick them. Even that would be enough to severely injure these 12-layer ultimates. Peak of path-splitting realm, even at the peak, could it really be such a gigantic body size? Several 12-layer ultimates trembled with fear. Before Lin Yuan stepped into the 12 layers, they had anticipated that the Galaxy Master, after becoming ultimate, would be extremely terrifying in combat. But who could imagine this level of terror? Peak of the path-splitting realm? Even the two ultimates from the robber clan who are at the peak come only up to the waist of the Galaxy Master at the River of Time banks. These 12-layer ultimates, in front of Lin Yuan, seem like little children playing house, easily knocked down. SAR the Novel Fire. NT website on Google to access chapters of novels early and in the highest quality. Are we dealing with the Domain Master? Could the Galaxy Master already be in the Domain Master realm? Impossible. Just entering the path-splitting realm and already a Domain Master? What kind of logic is that? Many 12-layer beings looked at the slowly ascending Galaxy Master with horrified expressions, rapidly exchanging thoughts. They had once received information from beyond this universe, aware of the hierarchy within the 12 layers, understanding that above the path-splitting realm there are the Domain and Chaos realms. Given the body size of the Galaxy Master currently, which indeed exceeds their comprehension of the path-splitting realm, they unconsciously speculated whether he was in the Domain realm. Regardless of what realm the Galaxy Master is now, he is not something we can resist. The Yu Clan Ultimate collected his thoughts, looking towards the other 12-layer ultimates and said, "Following this, our Yu Clan will try to contract our territories as much as possible, you see for yourselves." With the overwhelming might of the Galaxy Master, who is now invincible within this universe, even if these 12-layer ultimates join forces, they cannot resist. This is why the Yu Clan Ultimate made this decision. Helpless. The importance of territory for a peak tribe is self-evident. A vast territory can nurture more life, and more life can give birth to many strong beings. From among the strong, even stronger beings are born, until finally a new 12-layer ultimate emerges. One level leading to another. Territory is the foundation for all tribes. The 12 great peak tribes have been at war for years, just for the sake of cosmic territory. But as important as a territory is, it's not as vital as the existence of the tribe. After the Galaxy Master's ascension, he will sweep through the universe with the mightiest posture. During this time, if the Yu Clan still occupies a large territory, wouldn't it be seeking death? Our tribe should also contract its territory. The days ahead will likely be very tough. The many 12-layer ultimates looked at each other, their expressions filled with sorrow. The contraction of tribal power, retreating back to the range covered by the power of the clan suppression weapon, by gathering all their strength, there might still be a chance to barely survive. The two ultimates of the robber clan were also watching Lin Yuan's ascension from afar. What kind of powerful physique and spirit must one have to nourish such a massive life essence? One of the robber clan ultimates sighed. While it's said that life essence isn't directly related to combat power, the stronger the life essence, the more enhanced both attack and defense will be. 1 defeating 10 isn't just empty talk. And in the minds of the two robber clan ultimates, they were almost certain that Lin Yuan was the reincarnation of a great saint. A reincarnated great saint basically means invincibility at the same level, and with such a massive life essence, battling across realms is very normal. Our clan should also contract its territory. After pondering for a moment, the right robber clan ultimate spoke. I was thinking the same. The left robber clan ultimate nodded. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know. Report so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 972 The New Supreme. Please subscribe. Underscore 2 Although the robber clan did not participate in the siege against the Galaxy Master, and even sent warning signals to him, by rights they should be credited for their actions. However, if they become complacent about their merits and do not make any concessions, it could potentially displease the Galaxy Master, which would lead to trouble. The two ultimate beings of the robber clan naturally do not wish to take this risk. They have means to survive this cosmic era and have no need to worry about the gains and losses of a single cosmic era. Moreover, the robber clan has a sparse population, so even if they reduce their territory by 90%, it would still be more than sufficient, with no significant impact. Thunderous roars. Lin Yuan took a few steps and reached the banks of the River of Time. Is this what it feels like to be on the shore? Lin Yuan looked around, and at this moment, dozens of 12th-layer ultimates were staying as far away from him as possible. All such little figures. Lin Yuan, overlooking all beneath him, glimpsed down at the 12th-layer ultimates who only reached up to his knees. My life essence indeed surpasses the pinnacle of the path-splitting realm. Lin Yuan also glanced at the two ultimates of the robber clan, estimating in his heart. In terms of combat power, he had completely reached the realm of a ruler, but his state was still in the path-splitting realm, with his life essence also surpassing the pinnacle of the path-splitting realm. I must not be arrogant. Within this universe, I am indeed at the highest position. But what about in ancient Ming's Chaos Continent? In the Chaos Void? I still have a long way to go. Lin Yuan reined in his thoughts, having a clear understanding of himself. He has a permanent incarnation in ancient Ming's Chaos Continent, having once observed the River of Time in the Chaos Void. The River of Time in the Chaos Void is the main river, vastly more immense than the countless branches of the River of Time in the universe. Towering along its banks are awe-inspiring figures. Many of these figures are as tall as the heavens and earth, and a slight movement is enough to affect the main stream of the River of Time. The Chaos Void is the source of the evolutionary path, the high goals of the many Chaos Venerables and even great saints, which far transcend what life within the universe could compare. Lin Yuan slightly shook his head. Countless universes have been born in the Chaos Void, and compared to the harsh Chaos Void, the universe is more like a cradle, protecting the 12th-layer beings from harm. Although, the big crunch of the universe means a death rate of over 50% for 12th-layer beings. But in the Chaos Void, the death rate for 12th-layer path-splitting realm beings is much higher than 50%. For the passing ruler-level Chaos realm beings, or some unknown dangerous places, they all pose danger for 12th-layer path-splitting realm beings. Even Song Wei-Yong, a peak ruler, had fallen at the Taiyuan relic, let alone those in the path-splitting realm. In the Chaos Void, only Chaos realm beings dare say they are hard to kill. Those below the Chaos realm face many dangers without the capability to protect themselves. The aura by the bank. Lin Yuan looked in all directions. Having successfully reached the shore, his life essence of the 12th-layer level greatly enhanced his senses. With the special environment at the banks of the River of Time allowing him to settle down briefly, Lin Yuan once again entered a state of enlightenment. Your against heaven's understanding is sensing the environment around you, deciphering the great Tao of life. Your against heaven's understanding is sensing the environment around you, deciphering the great Tao of matter. Your against heaven's understanding is sensing the environment around you, deciphering the great Tao of cause and effect. Your against heaven's understanding is sensing the environment around you, deepening your understanding of space-time. Your against heaven's Understanding is sensing the environment around you, deepening your understanding of chaos. In an instant, Lin Yuan's mind was flooded with unprecedented inspiration. Various fundamental rules were transforming into the level of the Great Tao. The Great Tao, rising above the rules of the same level. While Lin Yuan contemplated the chaos rules, he incidentally deciphered some Great Tao, but altogether, they numbered only a few dozen. But at this moment, having just stepped into the 12th layer not long ago, he had already deciphered hundreds of Great Tao. The transformation of life level not only elevated Lin Yuan's perspective but also terrifyingly boosted his against heaven's understanding. Space-Time's 7th realm. Lin Yuan was rapidly advancing in his understanding of space-time. If Lin Yuan were only within the cosmos, even if he advanced to the 12th layer, and even with his against heaven's understanding, his perception of time and space wouldn't have improved so rapidly. However, with an incarnation always residing in the chaos continent of ancient Ming, he can constantly observe the time and space of the chaos void, where time and space are more complete and profound, offering greater help to Lin Yuan. And the chaos rule. Lin Yuan's thoughts wandered, his gaze faintly piercing through cosmic barriers, gazing into the chaos void. As the fundamental rule of all things, the complexity and obscurity of the chaos rule are imaginable. Normally, only the Chaos Venerable are qualified to delve deeply into the Chaos Rule, but Lin Yuan's exceptional insight has already begun to gradually grasp the essence of the Chaos Rule. At the 11th layer, it was already Lin Yuan's limit to comprehend the Chaos Rule, and he couldn't delve deeper. But now, transcending life levels, Lin Yuan sees more mysterious aspects of chaos. CTH Novelfire. Net website on Google to access chapters of novels early and in the highest quality. The ultimate endeavor of Lin Yuan has a tremendous impact on human civilization and the starry sky races, attracting the attention of countless strong beings. Once the Xianyuan Supreme and other 9 Supremes return, the news that the Galaxy Master successfully advanced to the 12th layer will be officially announced. Suddenly, human civilization is boiling with excitement. The Galaxy Master has advanced to the 12th layer, ha ha ha. After 2 million years, our human civilization finally has the 10th Supreme Being. The Galaxy Master is not just a Supreme Being, but more. The Galaxy Master is too powerful. Countless evolvers and citizens of human civilization are excitedly discussing how the emergence of one more Supreme Being will have an unparalleled and profound impact on the entire human civilization. Did Qikuan teach a Supreme Being? Qikuan Star-Lord, looking at the many congratulatory emails coming his way, had numerous thoughts in his mind and felt unreal as if floating in ecstasy. Although Qikuan Star-Lord had long known that the Galaxy Master had a great chance of becoming a Supreme Being, the arrival of this day still felt incredibly surreal. Not long ago, Qikuan Star-Lord felt the fluctuations of time and space and was incredibly worried, deeply fearing some accident in Lin Yuan's ultimate challenge. Now that the dust has settled, Qikuan Star-Lord wondered if he was dreaming. The little junior brother became a Supreme Being? The peak masters of the Red Kuan lineage nearby had mixed feelings. Had that tender junior brother from before become a Supreme Being who now overlooks the cosmic starry skies? Never address him that way in the future. The great Peak Master seemed to realize something, looking towards the many Peak Masters and warned. Understood. The Peak Masters of the Red Kuan lineage were startled and immediately nodded in agreement. Unlike Qikuan Star-Lord, as the senior brothers of the Red Kuan lineage, they had no substantial help for Lin Yuan, and calling him little junior brother was somewhat presumptuous. Human civilization itself respects the strong, and those who come later reside atop the former. Titles naturally need to change. Lin Yuan has a good temper, and when he advanced through the 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th layers, he allowed the peak masters of the Red Kuan lineage to address each other as before. But now, as Galaxy Master ascends to the 12th layer and becomes a Supreme Being, even if he is willing to let them maintain the old titles, the peak masters dare not do so. In the depths of the starry sky, inside a secret realm, the giant Madwa traveler was filled with excitement, looking at the nearby sitting Xizhong ancient god, spoke excitedly. Ancestor, your foresight is truly extraordinary, initially advising me not to offend the Galaxy Master. Now, it appears to be the right decision. Madwa traveler felt immensely grateful. Inside the Shenhuang secret realm, he had a conflict with the Galaxy Master. Later, under the command of his own ancestor and at the risk of offending the Tianyu clan, he made efforts to befriend the Galaxy Master. Now, looking back, how wise was that decision? Madwa Traveler could already imagine, if he hadn't mended his relationship with the Galaxy Master back then, How fearful he would be hearing about the Galaxy Master's advancement to the 12th layer now. As for my foresight, there's naturally no need to boast. Xizhong Ancient God steadied himself, suppressed the shock in his heart, and barely managed to speak calmly. Indeed, Xizhong Ancient God's shock was no less than that of Madhwa Traveler. He indeed predicted that the Galaxy Master had the potential to advance to the 12th layer, but never expected it would happen so swiftly. In the year 2,609,782 of the Starry Sea era, the human civilization gave birth to its 10th supreme being. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know report so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 973. Changes in the Myriad Realms Gate, Subscription Request, Chikuan Star Domain, Dawn Star System, Kanglin Star. A figure appeared silently. It was Lin Yuan. Kanglin Star. Lin Yuan looked at the inconspicuous planet not far away, feeling quite emotional. Kanglin Star is just a middle-grade life planet. Even though it had been transformed into a high-grade life planet because of his influence, to Lin Yuan, it still felt like dust. But this place was ultimately where Lin Yuan grew up, and his parents still lived on Kanglin Star to this day. It's been a long time since I've come back. Lin Yuan thought to himself. Since leaving Kanglin Star and heading to Chikuan Main Star, Lin Yuan had not returned. Their meetings with parents were also held in the virtual world. Kanglin Star, Central Continent, within Manor Number 1. Lin Shouqing and his wife Lu Qiong were planting flowers. With the technology of human civilization, any exotic flower could be rapidly cultivated, but Lu Qiong liked the feeling of flowers slowly growing. Old Lin, I've seen many people saying Xiao Yuan has become the ultimate strong? Lu Qiong said in surprise after taking care of the flowers. Xiao Yuan has become the ultimate strong? Lin Shouqing was startled. Not long ago he was still dazed by his son overwhelmingly overpowering another ultimate strong, and now he has directly become one? Impossible, right? Lin Shouqing said subconsciously. It's true. An announcement was issued by the Central Star Domain. Lu Qiong immediately said, as virtual screens continuously appeared in front of her. Just then, a figure appeared not far away, smiling kindly at Lin Shouqing and his wife Lu Qiong. Xiao Yuan. Upon seeing this figure, Lin Shouqing immediately exclaimed in surprise. Compared to the time he left Kanglin Star, Lin Yuan had hardly changed at this moment. Even his clothes were the same, only his gaze and aura had deepened. Xiao Yuan, you're back too. Lu Qiong was filled with joy. Although they often met Lin Yuan in the virtual world, it still couldn't compare to the reality. Mom and Dad. Lin Yuan arrived casually with a smile. Xiao Yuan, everyone online says you've become the ultimate strong. Lu Qiong chatted for a bit, then immediately brought up the matter. Upon hearing this, Lin Shouqing immediately looked at Lin Yuan. Sort of. Lin Yuan nodded with a smile. Really became the ultimate strong? Lin Shouqing and his wife Lu Qiong looked at each other. Their son had become the ultimate strong? Xiao Yuan, they say that the life essence of the ultimate strong transcends the river of time. Do we look like ants in your eyes now? Lu Qiong couldn't help but ask. Ha ha ha, Lin Yuan laughed out loud. No, you two are different. As long as it is life, there are emotions. Lin Yuan is no exception. His parents, no matter how weak, are still his parents. Just then, buzz buzz buzz, a flying craft quickly descended. Two figures walked down from it. It was Lin Yi and Xia Karen. Dad, Mom, something big. Lin Yi strode towards the manor, shouting as he walked, and Xia Karen was also full of excitement. By the time they got into the manor and saw Lin Yuan standing aside, they were a bit stunned. Brother! Lin Yi instinctively called out. Xia Karen, standing behind Lin Yi, stared blankly at Lin Yuan, quickly recovering and immediately bowed deeply. Xia Karen greets the ultimate strong. As a major evolved family of human civilization, the Xia family naturally knew right away about the Galaxy Master advancing to the 12th tier, even obtaining verified news. The reason Xia Karen and Lin Yi hurried to Kanglin Star so quickly was precisely because of the Galaxy Master's advancement to the 12th tier, wanting to share this joyous news with the Galaxy Master's parents. Although in the age of the internet, by the time they arrived at Kanglin Star, Lin Shouqing and his wife probably already knew this news, but personally coming over also showed their attitude. Now, Lin Shouqing and Lu Qiong as parents of the ultimate strong. It's just that Xia Karen did not expect Lin Yuan to also be here. Stand up, Lin Yuan said casually with a slight smile. Yes. Xianxia was still very constrained, remembering the admonishment from the Xia family's 11th layer ancestor before coming, to never display any improper behavior or actions in front of the Galaxy Master. Xianxia agreed with this greatly. After all, the Galaxy Master is now the ultimate strong, the 10th ultimate strong of human civilization so highly esteemed. Brother, how did you come over? Lin Yi's tone also grew much more cautious. The term, ultimate strong, brought immense pressure. Especially having just received this news, Lin Yi trembled at the thought that her brother had become the highly esteemed ultimate strong of human civilization, transcending above everything. Just had some time so I came over. Lin Yuan said casually. Before the final breakthrough, Lin Yuan had almost all his energy focused on training, because without advancing to the 12th tier, he would die along with the collapse of the River of Time. Under such pressure, Lin Yuan naturally went all out. But having become the ultimate strong, Lin Yuan was more relaxed. The ultimate strong has infinite lifespan, the only issue being the need to face the great cosmic destruction, but with Lin Yuan's strength, he could easily overcome it. Inside the manor, Lin Shouqing and his wife Lu Qiong, along with Lin Yi, Xianxia, and Lin Yuan, were casually chatting. Outside the manor, many evolved guards meticulously patrolled. As parents of the Galaxy Master, Lin Shouqing and his wife Lu Qiong naturally received protection from a professional team to prevent any danger. Miss Lin Yi and Mr. Xia have come back. The guard captain glanced at the incoming aircraft and nodded to let it pass. Lin Shouqing and his wife held high ranks, and unrelated individuals were forbidden to approach, but as the sister of the Galaxy Master, Miss Lin Yi naturally had clearance. The guard captain watched Lin Yi and Xianxia enter the manor, and soon he faintly heard conversations from inside. The guard captain took a brief look, then froze on the spot. Because at that moment in the manor, besides Lin Shouqing and his wife, Lin Yi and Xianxia, there was also a man standing there quietly. This man had entered without leaving any trace or record, and the guard captain did not remember seeing this man entering recently. Not good, an unknown character has appeared, might pose a threat. The guard captain's heartbeat began to accelerate. Under his protection, if anything happened to Lin Shouqing and his wife, he dared not think of the consequences. Alert! Initiate highest security. The guard captain immediately notified all evolved guards. Suddenly, a large number of evolved guards appeared outside the manor, closely monitoring the situation inside. Captain! Just as the guard captain was considering his next actions, suddenly a voice came from beside. What do you want to say? The guard captain looked towards him. He seems to be the Galaxy Master. The speaking evolved guard stammered a bit. Those who could become guards here, all had extensive experience, but still felt somewhat dazed under the tremendous shock of seeing the Galaxy Master in person. The Galaxy Master? The guard captain fell silent. He looked back towards the inside of the manor, and noticed that the man bore a striking resemblance to the Galaxy Master. Plus, considering the conversational tone between Lin Shouqing, his wife, Lin Yi, and Xianxia, the guard captain immediately realized that he might have really misunderstood. The Galaxy Master. Is that the Galaxy Master? The Galaxy Master has actually appeared here? The guards immediately became restless. Many evolved guards seemed incredibly excited. They had never seen such a formidable figure in their life, and now, it was the Galaxy Master? 10,000 races of the cosmic starry sky. All experienced a huge change because Lin Yuan ascended to the 12th layer. U-race territory. An ordinary planet. Many members of the U-race were migrating. To face the upcoming purge and wrath of the Galaxy Master, including the U-race, 11 peak clans must abandon most of their territories. Mom, Dad, do we really have to leave here? A young member of the U-race felt reluctant, even though the U-race powerhouses had explained that moving to the U-Sergeant's core territory would provide a higher quality of life. But after all, this was the place where they grew up. The living habits of the U-race were similar to human civilization. They too cherished their homeland deeply. We must leave. A nearby elder U spoke up, nodding. The Galaxy Master ascended to the 12th layer. If we do not leave now, when the Galaxy Master comes, we will be unable to leave. Is the Galaxy Master so terrifying, more than our Emperor? The young U couldn't help saying. Hearing this, the elder U did not respond. He did not know whether the Galaxy Master or the U Emperor was stronger, but judging from the large-scale retreat of the entire U race, it was clear the Galaxy Master was stronger. Not only the U race, but the Qianyu clan, the Yu clan, and many other clans had also started a massive retreat. Lin Yuan merely ascended to the 12th layer, hadn't even taken action yet, and he had already caused such a reaction among many peak clan powers. One could imagine the deterrence he wielded. Kanglin's star. Lin Yuan casually chatted with his parents for a bit and glanced outside of the manor. With his perception, he naturally had control over every little detail outside the manor. The entire Chiquan star domain and even human civilization were under his gaze. The evolved guards outside the manor were incredibly excited because of him, and Lin Yuan couldn't bother to stop them. Ever since he ascended to the 12th layer, unless he made contact himself, even the 3 goddesses and the virtual world network could not cover him, and the evolved guards around the manor would not have known in advance of his arrival. "I'm going back now." Lin Yuan bid farewell to his parents and sister, and his figure vanished on the spot. Under the starry sky. Search * the oval fire. At website on Google to access chapters of novels early and in the highest quality. Lin Yuan's figure reappeared. Myriad Realms Gate. Lin Yuan's spirit trembled slightly. After successfully making the ultimate leap, not only did the mysterious gourd begin to transform, but the Myriad Realms Gate also underwent transformation. Unlike the mysterious gourd, the transformation of the Myriad Realms Gate was overall faint and shrouded in mist. Lin Yuan could distinctly feel a tremendously majestic source of power connecting with the Myriad Realms Gate projection deep in his mind. At this moment, Lin Yuan noticed that the transformation of the Myriad Realms Gate had completely ended. Gathering his spirit, Lin Yuan immediately immersed his mind into the depths of his consciousness, looking towards the transformed Myriad Realms Gate. What is that? Lin Yuan's pupils slightly contracted. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know. Report so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 974. Domineering. Please subscribe. In the depths of Lin Yuan's mind, a brand new Myriad Realms Gate stood erect. Compared to before stepping into the 12th level, there is no difference in size of this Myriad Realms Gate now. However, in terms of details, it has been greatly enriched, ancient modeled patterns emerged, and an endless mysterious aura, transcending above the timeline, permeated. This Myriad Realms Gate now probably resembles the true Myriad Realms Gate more closely. Ripples stirred in Lin Yuan's heart as he thought to himself. At this moment, this Myriad Realms Gate gave him a feeling of transcending and dominating everything. The reason for such a change is because Lin Yuan's previous life level was too low, so the projection of Myriad Realms Gate he bore was incomplete. Now, with the advancement to the 12th level, his life level has also transformed, allowing him to bear more information about the true Myriad Realms Gate. The Myriad Realms Gate is not within the timeline. Perhaps even those perfect time beings of the 13th level, who peep into numerous timelines of the past and future, are also unable to discover it. Lin Yuan silently thought to himself. Being on the 13th level, time beings already possess some characteristics of perfect time beings, able to observe numerous timelines. For time beings of the 13th level, basically nothing remains a secret. As long as they wish, they can completely trace back to the source through the timeline. But the Myriad Realms Gate? Beyond all timelines, those time beings of the 13th level, even if they come into Lin Yuan's mind and face this Myriad Realms Gate, would not detect a trace. Lin Yuan can see and feel the aura of the Myriad Realms Gate because he is the owner of the Myriad Realms Gate. Apart from Lin Yuan, even the powerful time beings cannot glimpse any trace of the Myriad Realms Gate. Let's see what's different than before. Lin Yuan extended a strand of consciousness into the Myriad Realms Gate, beginning to receive the information inside anew. The changes in the details of the Myriad Realms Gate are of less concern to Lin Yuan. What's crucial now is what new functions the Myriad Realms Gate possesses. Humming sounds. A large amount of information merged into Lin Yuan's consciousness. With the enhancement of Lin Yuan's life essence, he can accommodate more of the real Myriad Realms Gate, and naturally, he can also harness more of the Myriad Realms Gate's abilities. After a long while, Lin Yuan slowly opened his eyes, his expression thoughtful. So that's how it is. A smile emerged on Lin Yuan's face. After receiving the new information from the Myriad Realms Gate, Lin Yuan roughly understood the new capabilities of the current Myriad Realms Gate. Firstly, the many worlds Lin Yuan descended to through the Myriad Realms Gate have had their coordinates completely locked. In the future, if Lin Yuan descends again, he won't need to pay the cost of world-breaking origin force. He could directly descend. And after descending, Only a fraction of his mind is needed, without the necessity of his entire spirit fully entering. In simple terms, in the future when Lin Yuan traverses and descends into other dimensional worlds, there's no need to settle his true body. The act of descending into the traversed worlds will be more akin to embodying an avatar, allowing action simultaneously with his true self. This is indeed nice. Lin Yuan slightly nodded. At least later on, there won't be interruptions in traversing. Before breaking through to the 12th level, he didn't dare to traverse to source worlds because he worried about any emergency occurring to his true body during the traversal, necessitating his immediate return. The time flow speed between the source world and the main universe is too vast. It's easy for issues to arise without careful attention. Source world. Lin Yuan looked towards the 33 world coordinates deep within the Myriad Realms Gate. After Lin Yuan's life essence stepped into the 12th level, the 33 source world coordinates became clear again, now more than a dozen. World-breaking origin force. The second ability that emerged in Lin Yuan's mind regarding the Myriad Realms Gate. Surface that is the utilization of world-breaking origin force. Previously, Lin Yuan's methods of utilizing world-breaking origin force were just a few. One is for traversing. The second is to bring items from the main universe into the traversed worlds, or to bring items from the traversed worlds into the main universe. But now, the uses of world-breaking origin force have multiplied. For example, if Lin Yuan chooses to traverse to source worlds in the form of descending consciousness, during weaker periods, he can leverage world-breaking origin force to rapidly recover strength. Theoretically, as long as there is enough world-breaking origin force, he can instantly restore full strength and replicate this physical body from the main universe into that source world. It should be known, Lin Yuan's physical body contains countless essences. Replicating it? It's not just about resources. But the world-breaking origin force of the Myriad Realms Gate can replicate it perfectly. In fact, it's not just Lin Yuan's physical body. Any item, arms or precious treasures, as long as Lin Yuan thoroughly understands and comprehends them, can be replicated. It's only a matter of how much world-breaking origin force is needed. This ability. Truly terrifying. Lin Yuan exclaimed in his heart. Replicating all things tangible and intangible in this world? What kind of heaven-defying method is this? If one day, Lin Yuan comprehensively understands the Chaos Void, could he also use world-breaking origin force to replicate a Chaos Void? Beyond replicating abilities, world-breaking origin force can also be used for escape, attack, etc., can be described as an all-powerful source force. With the current strength of my physical body, to perfectly replicate it using world-breaking origin force, it would approximately require 2,733,000 strands of world-breaking origin force. Lin Yuan slightly felt his own condition, the corners of his mouth twitching slightly. 2,733,000 strands of world-breaking origin force actually isn't much. According to an accumulation speed of 90 days per strand, it would take roughly 700,000 years. There's no necessity to directly replicate the physical body. CTH Novelfire. NT website on Google to access chapters of novels early and in the highest quality. Lin Yuan slightly shook his head. The main effect of traversing and descending into other worlds is to comprehend the unique rules of those dimensional worlds, to explore the cultivation paths of those dimensional worlds. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know. Report so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 975. Domineering. Please subscribe. 2. If Lin Yuan's physical body in the main universe were to be replicated there, basically most paths would be firmly established, and the greatest advantage of interdimensional arrival through shuttling would be lost. As of now, the use of world-breaking origin force for Lin Yuan mainly enhances his life-saving abilities substantially during the initial phase of consciousness arrival. At least in the beginning stage of arrival, facing certain unavoidable calamities, he could use the world-breaking origin force to evade, striving for sufficient growth time. With Lin Yuan's against heaven's understanding, as long as there is enough time, he can easily grow to his limit of potential. Now the Myriad Realms Gate, I can directly manipulate it within the main universe, Lin Yuan thought to himself. Whether it's the main universe or the Chaos Void, as long as Lin Yuan consumes a certain amount of world-breaking origin force, he can slightly stimulate the Myriad Realms Gate and go to any location he desires. Theoretically, no existence can block the Myriad Realms Gate. This ability is better not used if not necessary, thought Lin Yuan. The Myriad Realms Gate, an existence that transcends countless timelines, itself steps out of the time streams, and thus those 13-layer time lifeforms cannot glimpse even a trace of the Myriad Realms Gate. But if the Myriad Realms Gate is actively used in this chaos void, even for just an instant, it will leave behind faint traces. These traces exist in the past, and if the 13-layer time lifeforms peer into the past timelines, they might detect it. Then could trace back to the present and future. Even if they still cannot pinpoint the Myriad Realms Gate, they can lock on to Lin Yuan. After all, the Myriad Realms Gate does not reside within the timeline, but Lin Yuan still does. Following the clues, even if they cannot lock onto Lin Yuan precisely, they can still determine an approximate range. When that time comes, there will be real trouble. The dimensional shuttling and arrival that Lin Yuan undertakes with the help of the Myriad Realms Gate are completed above the timeline, without affecting this chaos void, while actively stimulating the Myriad Realms Gate equates to bringing its essence into this chaos void. The two are entirely different in meaning. After Lin Yuan stepped into the 12-star level, the Myriad Realms Gate gained many new effects, but mainly the aforementioned three. This is immensely helpful to me. Lin Yuan was very satisfied in his heart. The Myriad Realms Gate now, from any aspect, is significantly more powerful. Especially the more specific application of world-breaking origin force afforded Lin Yuan yet another option at his disposal. World-breaking origin force. The world-breaking origin force I have accumulated is still too little, Lin Yuan sighed. Currently, he has less than 3,000 strands of world-breaking origin force. The main issue is that Lin Yuan has existed for too short a time. If he had lived as long as those 12-star ultimates in the main universe, with hundreds of billions of years or more, he would definitely have enough world-breaking origin force. And according to the current capabilities of the Myriad Realms Gate, as long as he has enough world-breaking origin force, he can completely replicate myriad resources for his cultivation. Of course, replicating resources with world-breaking origin force? Extremely extravagant, unless it's a key resource, otherwise, Lin Yuan wouldn't do so. Human civilization, the third stronghold. In a magnificent palace, 9 thrones were each occupied by a figure. These were the 9 supremes of human civilization. And at this moment, in the center of the 9 thrones, a new throne was forming. The 10th Great Throne. Just then, Lin Yuan's figure appeared and he slowly took his seat upon the 10th Great Throne. Galaxy Master, you have arrived. Shen Yuan Supreme's face showed a smile while the other 8 Supremes turned to look at Lin Yuan in unison. Although Lin Yuan had only recently become a Supreme, there was no contention that he was the first and foremost Supreme of human civilization, with a peak power of path-splitting realm, invincible within this universe. Sitting on his throne, Lin Yuan felt a wave of emotion in his heart. He had been to the third stronghold of human civilization before. However, at that time, he could only stand below and look up at the 9 Supremes of human civilization, who regarded Lin Yuan as just a youngster in their eyes. Since the Lord of the Galaxy has arrived, let's discuss serious matters. Shen Yuan Supreme spoke with a solemn expression. Serious matters? Lin Yuan had a sudden realization in his heart. The serious matters referred to by Shen Yuan Supreme must be issues significant enough to affect human civilization. Ordinary matters hardly require the Supreme's counsel, as the 3 goddesses could resolve them alone. After the Galaxy Master stepped into the 12-star level, those peak clans have started to retract their territorial influence, Shen Yuan Supreme said. The other Supremes nodded slightly upon hearing this. The movements of the 11 paramount clans were naturally noticed by them. For human civilization has birthed an unbeatable Galaxy Master. It's only normal for these peak clan forces to act this way. As they contracted their respective spheres of influence, those of the 12-star level all reached out to me, expressing a desire to coexist peacefully with human civilization and willing to pay a certain price for it, Lin Yuan said. The Shen Yuan Supreme continued speaking. Peaceful coexistence? The Supremes chuckled. Realizing they could not contend with the Galaxy Master, choosing to turn their weapons into gifts of jade and silk to make peace with human civilization was indeed a wise move. There are also many powerful clans, ordinary clans, as well as some ancient gods, who want to submit and surrender to our human civilization, the Shen Yuan Supreme said. Lin Yuan's presence was too intimidating, causing even the peak clans guarded by 12-star beings to retreat. The powerful clans, ordinary clans, and the solitary ancient gods were naturally scared as well. Galaxy Master, the decision is yours, the Shen Yuan Supreme looked at Lin Yuan and said. Those peak clan forces and 12-star ultimates were acting this way entirely because of Lin Yuan, so how to deal with them ultimately depended on Lin Yuan's thoughts. For those powerful clans, ordinary clans, and ancient gods who come seeking allegiance, as long as they do not harbor great hatred towards our human civilization, we should accept them all. Lin Yuan pondered for a moment before speaking. In the cosmic starry skies, though it was known as the Myriad Clans in reality, it was a battlefield dominated by 12 ultimate peak clans, with many powerful and ordinary clans left adrift without any say. And this was even more true for the solitary ancient gods. Search * the novel Fire. Net website on Google to access chapters of novels early and in the highest quality. As for those peak clan forces, aside from the robber clan, those who wish to negotiate peace with us, no problem, hand over 90% of your 12-star weapons and 12-star level rare treasures, and from now on live within the territory designated by our human civilization, Lin Yuan said casually. The reason he excluded the robber clan was that the human civilization hadn't fought much with them and held no significant grudges, coupled with the fact that 2 ultimate beings from the robber clan had leaked information. Even if this act of leaking information meant little, even if they hadn't done so, those 12-star ultimates could not do anything against Lin Yuan. But at least the other side had shown their goodwill proactively. The origins of the robber clan were greater than imagined, and that would cabin at the Chaos Realm level was not necessarily something Lin Yuan could deal with. Hand over 90% of 12-star weapons and 12-star rare treasures? The Shen Yuan Supreme and the other 8 Supremes glanced at each other. Domineering. Too domineering. The 90% of 12-star weapons and treasures Lin Yuan mentioned included those held by the 12-star ultimates. This was simply like slicing off the flesh of those 12 stars. They probably will find it difficult to agree. The Shen Yuan Supreme hesitated as he spoke. No matter. They will agree, Lin Yuan said with a slight smile. All right, I'll inform them right now. The Shen Yuan Supreme nodded and immediately contacted the 12-star ultimates of each great peak clan force. Let's leave out the robber clan, Lin Yuan added. Understood. The Shen Yuan Supreme nodded. We should indeed be cautious about the robber clan, the other Supremes agreed. The robber clan probably hails from the Chaos Void, Lin Yuan said. Chaos Void? The Supremes present were greatly surprised. They had always thought that the robber clan originated from the previous cosmic era, but could it be that there was much more to their story? Correct. Lin Yuan nodded. After stepping into the 12-star level, he could see more secrets, including those about the robber clan. One of my incarnations has already reached the robber clan, Lin Yuan said with a thin smile. Deep within robber clan territory. A mysterious and unfathomable place. Here, there was only an unremarkable wood cabin, floating in the profound starry skies, as if it were eternally enduring. At this moment, an invisible force converged, forming a figure. It was Lin Yuan. I've seen the Galaxy Master. The moment Lin Yuan appeared, the door of the wood cabin opened on its own, and 2 figures walked out from within, bowing slightly to Lin Yuan. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know. Report so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 976. Lin Yuan patrols the heavens, dominates the universe. Please subscribe. Outside the wooden hut, 2 ultimate true bodies of the robber clan stepped out, showing unprecedented attention to the Galaxy Master. Normally, at least one of the 2 ultimate beings from the robber clan should remain inside the wooden hut, but now with Lin Yuan's arrival, both ultimates appeared. This wooden hut must be what you've depended on to survive through the cosmic catastrophes, correct? Lin Yuan said with a smile, while also closely examining the hut. The wooden hut looked utterly ordinary, hardly noticeable, yet every detail of its structure contained infinite power, with chaos chi pervading within. That's right, this wooden hut is the ultimate foundation of our robber clan. Our ancestors originally constructed this kind of hut to preserve our lineage and embedded it within the universe, leaving behind a branch within it, the robber clan ultimate being on the left said candidly. In their hearts, they viewed Lin Yuan as the reincarnation of a supreme great saint who, upon stepping into the 12th layer, would inevitably awaken part of his memories. Even if they didn't speak, he could deduce as much. Indeed, it's prudent, Lin Yuan nodded in response. Where is the safest place in the Chaos Void? The Chaos Continent? A secret abode? Or the dwelling of a Chaos Great Saint? No. None of the above. Even the dwellings and domains left by the Supreme Great Saints among the Chaos Great Saints cannot exist forever. They will ultimately collapse one day. If not collapsing on their own, then they will be destroyed by external forces, or occupied by another great saint of the same level. But the universe? The chaos void gives birth to countless universes, each connected to the chaos void origin. The universe can be affected by external forces, such as attacks from beings of the great saint level, which are sufficient to hasten the universe towards a catastrophic end. However, this so-called great destruction is merely a method of cosmic cycle. Following destruction comes rebirth, and the universe itself remains. Even a supreme great saint cannot erase a universe from its roots. Doing so would be akin to contending with the chaos void itself. Even for beings of the 13th layer, the perfect time beings, it would require a devastating sacrifice, and they would forever lose the chance to become perfect time beings. And the universe itself is forbidden to external life forms. This rule makes the universe's intrinsic combat power limit not high, making it extremely safe compared to the chaos void. Originally, Xianxia created 33,333 Xianxia secret realms scattered without pattern across various universes, ensuring that his lineage would almost certainly never be extinguished. Even if a Xianxia secret realm within a universe encountered an accident, would all 33,333 secret realms across the universes face accidents? The likelihood does exist, but it's horrifyingly low. These 33,333 Xianxia secret realms, not even Xianxia himself knows their exact locations. If a supreme great saint of the same level wanted to cut off Xuanhuang's lineage, could they possibly search every single universe one by one? The chaos void nurtures countless universes, akin to the relationship between the ocean and a single drop of seawater. Even a supreme great saint could not traverse every corner of the chaos void. And the robber clan has always hidden within the universe, and although their upper limit is fixed at the peak of the path-splitting realm, at least they do not face the danger of extinction. And according to what the ultimate being of the robber clan said, the current robber clan belongs to a branch of a powerful force in the chaos void, specially created to prevent the interruption of the force's legacy. Which force do your ancestors hail from? Lin Yuan asked curiously. To deploy methods within universes, one has to be at least at the level of a chaos great saint. Could it be like the Xianxia secret realms created by Xianxia? I do not know, the robber clan ultimate being on the right shook his head and said, deep within our bloodlines there are seals, all memories regarding our ancestors are sealed. Only when we leave the universe and reside in the chaos void will the seals be lifted. I see, Lin Yuan nodded. According to the information left by the lineage of Xianxia and the Moyu Tower Master, this is a common arrangement made by forces at the great saint level. If within this cosmic era, our robber clan gives birth to a new 12th layer, at the time of cosmic collapse, we could take some of our people out of the universe and into the chaos void. Those within the universe would be left in the hands of the newly born 12th layer, explained the robber clan ultimate being on the left. Similar arrangements have been made by their ancestors in many universes. Galaxy Master, if you are willing, during this cosmic era we could take some humans to survive through the next cosmic era, but of course in the next cosmic era, we would encounter the aversion of the cosmic consciousness, said the robber clan ultimate being on the right. If Lin Yuan truly was the reincarnation of a great saint, then even without relying on the robber clan, he could ensure the survival of human civilization through numerous cosmic eras. The reason the robber clan ultimate expressed this offer was entirely to ingratiate themselves with Lin Yuan. We'll see when the time comes, Lin Yuan said casually. Now it is far too early to think about the next cosmic era, and besides, Lin Yuan himself possesses means to endure until then, such as the Xianxia secret realm. The Xianxia secret realm coexists with the universe, its sophistication surpassing even that of the robber clan's wooden hut. Of course, whether it's the hut or the Xianxia secret realm, any being that survives to the next cosmic era will be targeted by the cosmic consciousness itself. All right. When the time comes, Galaxy Master, if you need anything, just tell us, the two robber clan ultimates said to each other, offering immediately. At the edge of the universe in a certain expanse of starry space, the figures of dozens of 12th layer ultimates descended. The will of the Shenyuan Supreme from human civilization is that if they want peace, they must surrender 90% of their 12th layer weapons, treasures, and rare items, and afterward, live within the region delineated by human civilization. The ultimate being from the Zhou clan said with an ugly expression, conveying the decision of human civilization. Surrender 90% of 12th layer weapons, treasures, and rare items? Human civilization is asking for too much, aren't they? Does the Galaxy Master really think he can have us completely at his mercy? Indeed, we are no match for the Galaxy Master at the peak of the path-splitting realm, but if we hide within our clan suppression weapon, can the Galaxy Master really do anything to us? That's right, hiding in the clan suppression weapon. What can the peak of the path-splitting realm do? One after another, the 12-tier ultimate beings were extremely indignant. Taking refuge in the clan suppression weapon for a desperate survival was an act of last resort, and if possible, they still hoped to live under the starry sky. That was what was best for their respective tribes as well. Although the clan suppression weapon contained vast spaces, those were merely spaces. Compared to a universe that could breed countless lives, it was far from enough. For a tribe, if they reproduced within the space of a weapon for a long time, the potential and talents of the tribe's people would plummet drastically, with barely any chance to ascend to the 12th tier. But to surrender 90% of 12th tier weapons, treasures, and exotic items? This demand was too excessive. Some cold-natured 12th-tier ultimate beings would never agree to this demand. Not every 12th-tier ultimate being cared for their tribe's future generations. Many of them only cared about themselves. To surrender 90% of 12th-tier weapons and treasures? It would severely affect them personally, and when the universe was on the brink of destruction, facing endless ruin, having lost their main weapons, even their chances of survival would drop considerably. And even if they were lucky enough to make it to the Chaos Void, facing dangers from all sides, how would they resist? I disagree. I also disagree. One by one, the 12-tier ultimate beings expressed their stance. They would rather watch their tribes be annihilated than hand over their weapons and treasures. Seeing this, the remaining 12-tier ultimate beings also subdued their desire for peace. They greatly valued their tribal descendants, but the demands of human civilization were too much. Without doing anything, they were expected to hand over all their foundations? In that case, let us test our strength against human civilization, against the Galaxy Master. An ultimate being of the Zhou tribe spoke out. Next, I suggest that all the major tribes gather together and combine all our forces to resist the Galaxy Master. Good. Let's do that. Bring all the 12th tier weapons from your tribes, activate the clan suppression weapons and foundation weapons, and let that Galaxy Master see that we are not to be trifled with. The numerous 12-tier ultimate beings said. They did not seek to contend with the Galaxy Master, but as long as they could barely withstand the Galaxy Master's attacks, they would have the capital to negotiate with human civilization. The territory of human civilization. The number 3 stronghold. Within the Grand Palace. The 10 most powerful beings of human civilization were casually conversing. The essence of space and time essentially originates from the same source. Lin Yuan spoke calmly. Although he was communicating with the 9 most powerful beings of human civilization, it was essentially an act of imparting wisdom. Lin Yuan's comprehension of the rules was too profound, with hardly any among the Dao realm being his match. Space and time. The great Saint Xianxia and others had an epiphany. They had been stuck at the 6th realm of space and time for a long time. At this moment, listening to a 7th realm powerhouse's guidance had a significant impact on them. At this point, the Shen Yuan Supreme's expression subtly changed, and looking towards Lin Yuan he said, Galaxy Master, we've received a reply from the alien races. What did they say? Did those 12th tier aliens agree? The other 8 Supremes immediately showed interest. At this time, human civilization held absolute dominance, making all Supremes feel extremely pleased. Since the Starry Sea era, when had human civilization ever had such an uplifting moment in the endless battles with the peak tribes? They refused. The Shen Yuan Supreme shook his head. He wasn't surprised by this reply. Honestly, if he were in the position of the aliens, he wouldn't readily surrender 9/10 of the 12th tier weapons and treasures either. Refused. Saw the novel, At website on Google to access chapters of novels early and in the highest quality. Then we shall make them agree. Galaxy Master, you tell us when we should take action. The great Saint Xianxia and the others immediately spoke up, looking towards Lin Yuan. I will take action myself. Lin Yuan smiled slightly, then stood up and took a step forward. The universe roared, myriad rules converged, forming a majestic heavenly pathway that pierced through everything, traversing numerous star domains and connecting to a distant spot at the edge of the universe. This heavenly pathway, wrought of countless rules, was dazzlingly brilliant. Originating from the east, it surged through the vast universe and reached the starry sky where dozens of 12-tier ultimate beings resided. What is that? I can sense so many rules. A path built by infinite rules? Who could this be? Even 12th-tier ultimate beings couldn't gather so many rules. The Galaxy Master. The other end of the pathway leads to the territory of human civilization. He must be taking action. Across the universe, countless powerful beings were shocked. They quickly realized the source of this pathway. Who but the Galaxy Master could accomplish this feat amongst the 12th tier ultimate beings of the universe? The other end of the path is the edge of the universe, the location where all the major peak tribes have retreated their forces. A heavenly pathway paved with infinite rules was undisguised, representing absolute power and dominance. All the strong beings glimpsed a towering figure flashing past on the heavenly pathway, arriving at its distant end, before that remote space. Galaxy Master. Every being in the universe, even the lowest first or second layer beings, felt the vast presence of the Galaxy Master. A sea of vital energy flooded most of the universe, overseeing the starry sky, with myriad tribes bowing down. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know. Report so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 977 Suppression. Please subscribe. At the edge of the universe, in starry space. Tens of 12th Order ultimates looked solemn, as the sky-reaching grand path formed from countless rules laid out before them. Not far away, a young man walked upon these rules, arriving in their midst. Galaxy Master. The hearts of the many 12th Order ultimates were heavy, knowing that even after their refusal of the human civilization's proposal, they would eventually have to face the Galaxy Master. But this moment arrived all too soon. Just a second ago they had rejected the Xianxia Supreme, and in the next, the Galaxy Master had come. And with the strength of the Galaxy Master, he could have arrived silently, but he chose to approach so openly and evidently. What did this mean? It meant absolute power. The Galaxy Master was very confident in himself. Having reached the 12th Order, their minds worked at incredible speeds, and they quickly came up with numerous speculations. Galaxy Master, do you really intend to leave us with no way out? The Yu Clan Ultimate spoke gravely, as each and every 12th Order Ultimate brimmed with a terrifying aura, ready to unleash their full power at any moment. As for fleeing? They were no fools. The universe was only so big, where could they escape to? On the contrary, if the 12th Order Ultimates scattered and fled, it would only give the Galaxy Master a chance to break them one by one. The only thing the 12th Order Ultimates could do now was to pool all their strength, to see if they could withstand the Galaxy Master. If the Galaxy Master couldn't overcome them, that would be their victory. Submit to humanity, hand over 90% of your 12th Order weapons, treasures, and curiosities. That is your way out, Lin Yuan said calmly and indifferently. We can submit to humanity, but can we give fewer 12th Order weapons, treasures, and curiosities? The Yu Clan Ultimate's expression changed before he finally spoke. This was their biggest compromise. 12th Order weapons, treasures, and curiosities were crucial for these ultimates to face the potential cataclysm of the future universe. They absolutely could not suffer loss in this regard. It seems you are still hopeful, Lin Yuan looked at the many 12th Order ultimates. In fact, demanding 90% of their 12th Order weapons, treasures, and curiosities was already Lin Yuan being merciful, considering the difficulty of reaching the 12th Order. Galaxy Master, let's see what your true strength is now. The Yu Clan Ultimate's brow shone with dazzling light as a towering palace covered all of the 12th Order ultimates within. This palace was the Yu Clan's strongest defensive clan suppression weapon, originating from the dawn of the universe, having fallen from the Chaos Void. The towering palace was a path-splitting realm peak secret treasure, theoretically capable of blocking the attack of a peak path-splitting realm being. Its only flaw was the massive energy consumption. But with dozens of 12th Order ultimates present, the cost was spread among them, making it much more manageable. The Yu Clan Ultimate dared to bargain with Lin Yuan because of this peak path-splitting realm defensive secret treasure. So what if the Galaxy Master was at the peak of path-splitting realm? So what if he was stronger than ordinary path-splitting realm peaks? As long as they remained within the bounds of the path-splitting realm, not even the Galaxy Master could do anything to this palace. Seeing this, the many other 12th Order ultimates breathed a slight sigh of relief. Facing the pressure of the Galaxy Master directly was too much, but with this palace standing between them, it felt much better. Hopefully, after witnessing the might of this palace, the Galaxy Master will take a step back, the Yu Clan Ultimate thought to himself. Although the palace could block the Galaxy Master, these 12th Order ultimates couldn't hide inside it forever, could they? Therefore, a negotiation with human civilization with the Galaxy Master was the inevitable outcome. The Yu clan ultimate believed that with the palace, they could negotiate more leeway for themselves. At least it wouldn't be a situation with no room to resist. In the territory of the robber clan, in front of a mysterious and unknowable wooden cabin, Lin Yuan sat face to face with two robber clan ultimates. A path-splitting realm-peak defensive secret treasure? The robber clan ultimate on the right raised an eyebrow, and looking at Lin Yuan he spoke. Galaxy Master, would you like our assistance? The two robber clan ultimates were despised and repelled by the universal consciousness, running the risk of suppression once they made a move. But if they could gain the favor of Lin Yuan, the reincarnation of a great saint, the two robber clan ultimates were naturally willing to do so. In the chaos void, the deterrence of a great saint was immense, and those who reincarnated were typically extraordinary great saints. Only the most extraordinary great saints who had completed their journey in the chaos realm could be assured that their reincarnated selves wouldn't die prematurely. As for ordinary chaos venerables, reincarnation wasn't much different from sending oneself to death. Even chaos great saints dared not reincarnate lightly. Although both were great saints, the extent of memories they carried over after reincarnation differed. I can handle it on my own, Lin Yuan said with a subtle smile. At this moment, his presence here was but one of his avatars, while his true self stood before the tens of 12th Order ultimates. The Yu clan ultimates and many other ultimates stood under the starry sky. A towering palace enveloped all of the 12th Order, emanating an impressively substantial might. Quite the large. Lin Yuan scrutinized the towering palace and the many 12th Order ultimates within it. Cage. Indeed, the towering palace was a path-splitting realm-peak defensive secret treasure, in quality nearing that of the 7 top path-splitting realm secret treasures left behind by the Katsong Wei Yang, a ruler-level figure. What do you mean? The Yu clan ultimate was slightly stunned. Search * the Novelier. NET website on Google to access chapters of novels early and in the highest quality. The Galaxy Master called this path-splitting realm-peak defensive secret treasure a great big cage? Before the Yu clan ultimate could fully grasp the meaning of the statement, Lin Yuan's thoughts barely shifted, and tens of figures emerged from the void in all directions, converging to surround the towering palace that enveloped all of the 12th Order ultimates at its center. Is that the avatars of the Galaxy Master? If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know. Report so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 978. Total Suppression. Subscribe please. For 2 dozens of Yu clan ultimate level 12s looked puzzled as they sensed the dozens of figures surrounding them, all of which were avatars conjured by the Galaxy Master. Conjuring avatars is a common technique. Not to mention ultimate level 12s. Even powerful beings of 9th or 10th levels can easily do it. However, the strength of an avatar is far inferior to that of the true body. An avatar of a level 11 powerhouse is estimated to be weaker than even the 9th or 10th level powerhouses. In the past, the avatars conjured by ultimate level 12s were mainly used to bully those special life forms, the ancient gods at level 11 perfect. As for beings at the same level, avatars were ultimately too weak. Even at the peak of the path-splitting realm, the avatars Lin Yuan could conjure wouldn't be too strong, only slightly more powerful than level 11 perfect beings. What about such avatars? Let alone dozens. What about hundreds, thousands, or even tens of thousands? What does the Galaxy Master want to do? Conjure dozens of avatars? Does he really think that these dozens of avatars can deal with us? Does the Galaxy Master see us as those level 11 beings? The many ultimate level 12s within the Grand Palace communicated with each other. Everyone was well aware of the power disparity between an avatar and the true owner of the body. Even though they considered themselves no match for the Galaxy Master, they couldn't believe a mere avatar could handle them. Still, we'd better be careful. The Yu clan ultimate controlling the Grand Palace was puzzled too, but was not the least bit careless, remaining alert and putting forth their best effort. Dozens of avatars? In the territory of the robber clan, 2 of the robber clan ultimates were also somewhat perplexed. However, the next moment, under the watchful eyes of all the ultimate level 12s, the dozens of avatars surrounding the Grand Palace attacked simultaneously. In an instant, vast expanses of space-time began to collapse and implode, and the defensive secret treasure of the path-splitting realm peak that protected all the ultimate level 12s, the Grand Palace, appeared like a lonely boat floating on the ocean surface, on the verge of destruction at any moment. This is impossible? Merely avatars, yet they possess such formidable power? All the ultimate level 12s inside the palace were a bit dazed, feeling the tremors of the palace. This peak path-splitting realm defensive secret treasure was being crushed by a terrifying force near or beyond its limits. Lin Yuan silently watched the grand palace rolling and trembling continuously. The upper limit of combat strength in the main universe is fixed at the peak of the path-splitting realm, which is an ironclad rule, unless one possesses the power to contend with the main universe. Otherwise, they are subject to suppression. And to contend with a universe? The universe itself is akin to the size of a normal chaos venerable, which results in normal chaos venerables being suppressed within a universe. Of course, if one were a chaos great saint, it would not be so. Although a chaos great saint cannot completely erase a universe, they can destroy its origin source, propelling it towards premature annihilation. Lin Yuan is no exception. Though after stepping into level 12, Lin Yuan's combat strength directly reached the level of a sovereign. Within the universe, his ability to exert limit strength is that of the peak path-splitting realm. But even at the peak path-splitting realm strength, Lin Yuan is much stronger than a normal path-splitting realm peak. The most apparent evidence is that the avatars Lin Yuan conjured possess nearly the strength of path-splitting realm peak. Search * the novel Fire. Net website on Google to access chapters of novels early and in the highest quality. The universe limits the maximum combat strength to the peak of the path-splitting realm but doesn't restrict the number of beings at the maximum strength level. Pity, the efficiency is still too slow. Lin Yuan shook his head inwardly. Without the universe's suppression, using his strength to deal with these ultimate level 12s would not be so troublesome. He could directly invoke the mind-will secret skills. Abyssal Eye. With Lin Yuan's current mind-will index of 60 million, once he deploys the Abyssal Eye, the consciousness of these level 12 path-splitting realm beings would all sink into oblivion. The disparity in mind-will index is too great. I'll make do for now. Lin Yuan thought to himself, carefully observing the grand palace. Space-time. As Lin Yuan's true body made its move, the attacks from dozens of avatars completely shook the foundation of the grand palace and then compressed the layers of space-time. In an instant, the once grand palace began to shrink, falling into the palm of Lin Yuan's hand. The grand palace, which was once a protective haven for numerous 12th-tier alien species, had now become their prison. No. Why is the avatar of the Galaxy Master so strong? Galaxy Master, we were wrong. We are willing to forever submit to human civilization, willing to hand over 90% of our 12th-tier weapons, armaments and treasures. Inside the Grand Palace, the ultimate beings of the 12th tier panicked, as they were now completely suppressed within the palace, although there was no immediate issue. But they had lost their freedom, their ability to act. This was terrifying, as the Galaxy Master could easily think of ways to deal with them slowly. Even if he was still unable to kill them, when the cosmic apocalypse arrived, he could simply throw the palace into the deepest reaches of the universe. The might of the cosmic apocalypse was capable of passing through the palace and descending upon them, and at that time all the ultimate beings trapped in the palace could not move, only to endure wave after wave of destructive forces, with their downfall nearly inevitable. Only now you realize your mistake? Too late. Lin Yuan shook his head slightly, as he had already given these 12th tier ultimate beings a chance before. In fact, from the dormant era of human civilization during the ancient epochs to the over 2 million years of the Starry Sea era before Lin Yuan became the supreme being. Who knows how many evolutionaries have perished at the hands of these 12th tier ultimate beings. Although the 12th tier ultimate beings were disdainful of taking action against the weak, the aftershocks of their battles could cause the collapse of tens or even scores of star domains. What? In the territory of the robber clan, the two ultimate beings of the clan were plunged into confusion. Even for them, the formidable peak defense secret treasure of the path-splitting realm seemed so easily suppressed by Lin Yuan? Galaxy Master. The two ultimate beings of the robber clan looked towards the slowly dissipating dozens of avatars, their minds somewhat trembling. Dozens of avatars, each possessing nearly the peak combat power of the path-splitting realm? How could this be possible? Just avatars, and they have nearly the peak combat power of the path-splitting realm. Then the real body of the Galaxy Master must at least possess the strength of the sovereign realm. The ultimate being of the robber clan on the right couldn't help gulping down his saliva as he gazed at the composed Lin Yuan. Compared to the bewildered state of those suppressed 12th tier ultimate beings, these two could deduce much more. First of all, it was certain that the combat power of the avatars was far below that of the real body. There was no doubt, for how could avatars, merely condensed from a wisp of mind will at whim, compare to the rigorously tempered physical body and soul of the real body? The fact that Lin Yuan's dozens of avatars exhibited such terrifying strength indicated only one possibility. The combat power of his real body must be far greater than the peak of the path-splitting realm. The current level of Lin Yuan's real body is only at the peak of the path-splitting realm because that is the upper limit of this universe. I'm leaving now. Lin Yuan glanced at the two ultimate beings of the robber clan, who had fallen into silence, and his figure vanished. Galaxy Master. I now have no doubt that the Galaxy Master is the reincarnation of a great saint. The ultimate being of the robber clan on the left remarked with emotion. Originally they thought that just stepping into the 12th tier and reaching the peak of the path-splitting realm was the limit. Who would have thought the Galaxy Master would soar directly to the Sovereign Realm? Even in the Chaos Void, the Sovereign Realm is considered strong, and unless one enters those dangerous and important places voluntarily, it's hard to perish completely. And yet, the Galaxy Master reaches Sovereign Realm upon first entering the 12th tier? The news of Lin Yuan suppressing dozens of 12th tier ultimate beings spread quickly throughout the cosmic starry skies. The 11th tier powerhouses from the Peak clan forces, upon learning that their ancestors had fallen into the hands of the Galaxy Master, began to lose their composure. Our ancestor has been captured by the Galaxy Master? But our ancestor is an ultimate being, how could it be so easy? I don't believe it, I can't believe it. One by one, the 11th tier powerhouses from the Peak clans found it hard to believe. But soon they learned the truth of the matter from the avatars left within their clans by their own ancestors. Russell! Lin Yuan put away the Grand Palace, took a step forward, and his figure once again descended upon the third strategic location of human civilization. Xianxia Supreme and the other 9 supreme beings had their minds turn into mush. Just a moment ago they were discussing how to deal with the dozens of 12th tier alien species, thinking that a grueling battle was imminent, and it might last for a long time. But before they even had a chance to go into details, the Galaxy Master had already dealt with all the 12th tier aliens? If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc. Please let us know report so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 979, The 10th Evolution Tower, end of this volume. Please subscribe. Galaxy Master, what exactly is your strength? Supreme Being Xianxia couldn't help but ask. Not long ago, after Lin Yuan stepped into level 12, he had told them that he was comparable to the peak of the path-splitting realm. The 9 supreme beings of the human civilization felt greatly astonished upon hearing this. The peak of the path-splitting realm was a level they dreamt of attaining. But now, the peak of the path-splitting realm? Could the peak of the path-splitting realm casually lift a hand to suppress dozens of ultimate beings at level 12? And these dozens of ultimate beings at level 12 were still under the protection of a defensive secret treasure of the path-splitting realm peak. Forget Lin Yuan being at the peak of path-splitting realm, the 9 supreme beings of humanity, from a distance, watched Lin Yuan's casually condense dozens of avatars, feeling that any one of the avatars possessed strength close to the peak of path-splitting realm. Within the cosmos, I am at the peak of the path-splitting realm, Lin Yuan honestly replied. Under the overall suppression of the universe, Lin Yuan could only maintain the combat strength of the peak of the path-splitting realm. The peak of the path-splitting realm? The Void God Ultimate being blinked, wondering if the peak of the path-splitting realm was really that powerful. Within the cosmos you are at the peak of the path-splitting realm. But what about outside the cosmos? The Xianxia Supreme suddenly asked. From the first time Lin Yuan answered about his strength until now, he had always added the limitation of within the cosmos before reaching the peak of the path-splitting realm. Initially, the Xianxia Supreme did not think much of it, since they too lived within the cosmos, but only after witnessing Lin Yuan's terrifying strength did he realize something was amiss. Outside the cosmos, I suppose I would be equivalent to the sovereign realm, Lin Yuan said. His realm was indeed the peak of the path-splitting realm, but his accumulated foundation was unprecedented, and his overall combat power was not weaker than that of the sovereign realm. The sovereign realm? Heartbeats of Xianxia Supreme and the others clenched fiercely. They had received some inheritance from the Chaos Void and knew well the terror of a sovereign realm powerhouse, an absolutely superior domain over the path-splitting realm. Yet it was highly likely to be true. If Lin Yuan did not possess the strength of the sovereign realm, why would his casually condensed avatars be able to burst forth such terrifying combat power? The sovereign realm? Stepping into level 12 and already reaching the sovereign realm. Supreme Being Xianxia was somewhat helpless. Although they had always understood that with Lin Yuan's talent and gift, as soon as he could step into level 12, he would certainly quickly surpass them. But wasn't this pace too fast? It's only been a few days since he entered level 12? Galaxy Master, how do you plan to handle those level 12 aliens? The ancient power supreme being asked in a low voice. Them. Just suppress them for now, Lin Yuan said nonchalantly. These level 12 alien races, now all in Lin Yuan's hands, even if they can't be dealt with at the moment, it's only a matter of time given Lin Yuan's rate of growth. Suppression is fine. The Shen Yuan Supreme nodded. If those level 12 beings were indeed let go, there would also be certain risks. Suppressing them directly is the simplest way. What about the other races? Shen Yuan Supreme asked. All level 12 beings of the alien races have been suppressed by Lin Yuan. Now this universe could be considered as the backyard of the human civilization. Those peak races, having lost their level 12 ancestors, would not even need Lin Yuan's action to lack the capacity to contend with the human civilization. Even without the direct intervention of the human civilization, those peak races would voluntarily surrender. As for the powerful and ordinary races beyond the peak races, the same goes for them, and also the powerful ancient gods that were once carefree. Originally, they could negotiate and compete with each other, leveraging the influence of the 12 peak races for their own interests. Now, there is only the human civilization left. These carefree ancient gods, where would they dare to waver any longer? Naturally, they would choose to submit to the human civilization without hesitation. Them? Lin Yuan pondered. Powerful and ordinary races are controlled by the peak races. Lin Yuan did not plan to rescue them. As for the 10 peak race forces, integrate all powerful, ordinary, and weak races into the human civilization. As for the peak races, assimilate them as much as possible. Directly kill off the beings above level 9 from the major peak races, Lin Yuan said. Beings of level 9 and above have long lifespans. Retaining such powerful individuals would still pose a risk. Moreover, on the battlefields of different races, nearly every level 9 alien has stained their hands with the blood of numerous human civilizations' evolving beings. It would be simpler just to kill them all to avoid future troubles. What about the members of the peak races below level 9? They could be spared, but of course, numerous measures must be put in place to restrict their growth at the genetic level. With the potential to grow into a peak race, their bloodlines are certainly extraordinary. Human civilization might find uses for them in the future. Understood. Shen Yuan Supreme and the other 8 Supreme Beings nodded their heads. There was not a hint of pleading or sympathy. The struggle between races is inherently cruel. If the Galaxy Master had come from another peak racial force instead of the human civilization, the fate of human civilization would likely be much more tragic than these peak racial forces, and perhaps this universe would no longer even have a race called humans. In a sense, Lin Yuan was rather merciful, at least giving those peak races a chance to carry on with their bloodline inheritance. The 10 great peak races gathered all their strength, hoping for a desperate battle against the human civilization, ending in such a way. The remaining major peak races have chosen to pledge allegiance to the human civilization. Our race has defeated the human civilization on the battlefield multiple times. Surrender? I do not wish to surrender. If you don't surrender, you die. Choose one. Many members of the peak races faced a difficult choice, but the majority eventually chose to submit. As for the human civilization, they were not overly coercive, especially towards the ordinary people of the peak races. Their lives continued much as they had before. The only difference is that the rulers have been replaced by human civilization, and daily life is monitored, but at least they have survived. Human civilization will be the absolute dominion for the long ages to come. Xizhong Ancient God, along with Madwa Traveler and other special life ancient gods, descended upon a main star within the borders of human civilization. This main star was specially used to register the numerous special life entities who sought allegiance with human civilization. The once unrivaled and mighty ancient gods now stood in line outside this planet. Even ancient gods of level 11 perfect dared not make trouble and obediently followed the rules set by human civilization. Xizhong Ancient God, right? The great Galaxy Master once said, if Xizhong Ancient God were to come, grant him the position of a grade A guest elder directly. A human evolver looked at Xizhong Ancient God and immediately began speaking. Grade A guest elder? A flash of joy surged in Xizhong Ancient God's heart. The Human Civilization Alliance divided the powerful ancient gods who pledged allegiance into 4 levels. Grade A, Grade B, Grade C, and Grade D. Those ancient gods who once stood against human civilization, regardless of their strength, were all placed as Grade D guest elders. Grade D guest elders, as the lowest-ranking guest elders, were required to guard the secret realms of the border planets for millions, tens of millions, or even hundreds of millions of years, accumulating enough merit for a promotion to Grade C guest elder. And Grade C guest elders? They were basically ancient gods from the Human Civilization Alliance. Grade B guest elders were ancient gods who had contributed to human civilization, with contributions restricted to the period when all major peak races stood independently. As for Grade A guest elders, these ancient gods had a certain degree of say within human civilization, faced virtually no restrictions, and could even enjoy many benefits from human civilization. As a Grade A guest elder of human civilization, Xizhong ancient god would likely live even more comfortably than before. Xizhong, congratulations. Xizhong, you'll have to pull us up in the future. Many powerful ancient gods looked at Xizhong ancient god with envy. Ha ha ha, definitely, definitely. A smile graced Xizhong ancient god's face, and his heart was blooming with happiness. Originally, he had wondered if the Galaxy Master would even remember him, considering how he had messed up the task of contacting Tuoba ancient god for the Galaxy Master. But now it seems the Galaxy Master was indeed a being of loyalty. He still remembered even that small aid and reciprocated with such a great reward. Ancestor, I'm also a Grade B guest elder. Modwa Traveler couldn't help but speak. Back in the Xianhuang secret realm, an invincible being of the 9th rank alien race from the Tianyu clan had asked him to lock onto the position of the Galaxy Master according to karma, but Modwa Traveler had refused. Modwa Traveler even felt that the Galaxy Master might not even be aware of that incident. Galaxy Master. Xizhong ancient god looked moved, feeling that the most correct thing he had done in his life was to have made the acquaintance of the Galaxy Master. Central Star Domain. The stronghold of human civilization. Lin Yuan stood shoulder to shoulder with Shen Yuan Supreme and 8 other supreme beings, gazing at the vast cosmic starry skies. So many powerful beings are pledging allegiance. If it weren't for the 3 goddesses, we really would be overwhelmed, said Shen Yuan Supreme. The 10 pinnacle races, each of their magnitude not weaker than human civilization, pledging allegiance together was akin to human civilization suddenly consuming food 10 times its own size. Plus all the other powerful races, weaker races, and special life forms. Fortunately, the 3 goddesses had a terrifying computational power, which allowed them to balance everything and carry out all tasks in an orderly manner. Right, Galaxy Master, your evolution tower has been established, Shen Yuan Supreme spoke. Ever since Lin Yuan stepped into level 12, the 9 supreme beings had been preparing for the construction of the 10th evolution tower. Yes, in the central star field of human civilization, said Xiaxia Supreme. Including Shen Yuan Supreme, the 9 evolution towers of human civilization were all situated at the edges of the domain, serving as a deterrence against hostile peak race forces. But now, human civilization no longer had any hostile forces. And all of this was because of Lin Yuan, so naturally, Lin Yuan's evolution tower would be established in the center of human civilization, signifying the strongest evolution tower of human civilization. Have you thought of a name for the evolution tower? Feather Butterfly Supreme spoke with a smile. Let's call it the Martial Arts Evolution Tower, Lin Yuan said. The evolution tower was related to the evolutionary path that the supreme beings chose. So naturally, Lin Yuan's evolution tower was named Martial Arts Evolution Tower. Okay. Shen Yuan Supreme and the other 8 supreme beings nodded. Galaxy Master, let's go to your evolution tower together, said Xiaxia Supreme with a smile. Let's get familiar with it. To build that evolution tower, Shen Yuan and the others have indeed put in a lot of effort. Ha ha ha, thank you, said Lin Yuan, as he stood up and headed to the 10th evolution tower of human civilization with the 9 supreme beings. This volume ends here. Tomorrow begins the next volume, The Great Cosmic Annihilation. The story about the Chaos Void will also gradually unfold. In the end, I realize this book has reached 2 million words, which is quite moving. Let me take the chance to ask for some monthly votes. P.S. These lines are not charged for. Sarch * the Novelier. NET website on Google to access chapters of novels early and in the highest quality. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know. Report so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 980 Chaos Great Saint. Please subscribe. Martial Arts Evolution Tower. Majestic and colossal, soaring 10 light-years high, it stands at the very heart of human civilization, receiving the adoration of countless beings day and night. Lin Yuan sat cross-legged at the deepest level of the tower, in a vast world where not far off, 18 mysterious trees were planted, their branches swaying in the gentle breeze. These 18 mysterious trees, drawing in chaos chi, emitted an oppressive aura not weaker than any at the peak of the path-splitting realm. These trees can directly absorb chaos chi without refining or purifying, due to a special corresponding structure within them. Lin Yuan thought, as many insights sparked in his mind. When he reached the second layer, upon obtaining these 18 dominion-level mysterious trees, Lin Yuan had been quite curious about their ability to directly absorb and exhale chaos chi and conducted many studies. And after stepping into the Yuan layer, these studies were finally perfected, completing the last part, with all insights converging to form a complete and perfect secret technique. Your comprehension is heaven-defying. Observing the mysterious trees absorbing chaos chi, you have comprehended a secret technique for direct absorption of chaos chi. A secret technique took shape in Lin Yuan's mind, which, essentially, was a minor adjustment to the internal world of the body, achieving an effect similar to that of the mysterious tree's absorption of chaos chi. Finally, it's complete. A smile appeared on Lin Yuan's face. The secret technique enhanced his utilization and absorption of chaos chi, reducing his over-reliance on chaos stones. Those in the path-splitting realm could also absorb chaos chi, but it required many steps and was fine under normal circumstances. But at critical moments, such as fighting an enemy, who has the time to slowly absorb chaos chi? That's when the effect of chaos stones becomes evident. Chaos stones, refined personally by a chaos venerable, contain extremely pure chaos chi, ready for direct absorption. Now, Lin Yuan could also directly absorb chaos chi. The greatest help this secret technique offers me is the insight into chaos chi. Lin Yuan looked thoughtful. Chaos chi is the ubiquitous energy of the chaos void, the foundation of everything. It's often overlooked by Yuan layer beings due to its commonality. On the chaos continent of ancient Ming, within Mingchuan City, in an inn, Lin Yuan sat cross-legged, as the aura of his physical body slowly stabilized. With my current application of chaos chi, the avatars I can manifest are strong enough to bring my combat power to the peak of the path-splitting realm. A smile appeared on Lin Yuan's face. Previously, when suppressing dozens of alien Yuan layer beings within the cosmos, the dozens of avatars Lin Yuan conjured had only nearly reached the peak strength of the path-splitting realm. Approximately at the level of a Shen Yuan Supreme, a myriad transformation queen, or perhaps a bit stronger. But now, it had reached the absolute peak of the path-splitting realm. One must know that being nearly at the peak and at the peak of the path-splitting realm is entirely different. The Shen Yuan Supreme and Myriad Transformation Queen have been close to the peak of the path-splitting realm for a long time, but whether they can step into the peak before the great collapse of this cosmos is still uncertain. Most likely they cannot. The ultimate beings of the robber clan are at the peak of the path-splitting realm because they have cultivated for more than one cosmic era. Normally, it is hard for even hundreds or thousands of cosmic eras to give birth to one at the peak of the path-splitting realm within the cosmos. I still need to be careful. This isn't the cosmos after all. Lin Yuan scanned his surroundings, his excited spirit quickly calming down. Within the cosmos, Lin Yuan was invincible, sweeping through everything, but on this ancient Ming chaos continent? Forget about an avatar at the peak of the path-splitting realm, even his true body, an entity comparable to Dominion-level beings, must not act too recklessly. Dominion-level beings are indeed powerful in the chaos void, but this is the chaos continent, presided over by a chaos venerable, attracting a massive congregation of Yuan layer beings from the surrounding vast regions, where path-splitting realm beings are common, and there are quite a few dominions. There are even the occasional chaos realm passers-by. Is someone looking for me? Lin Yuan's expression changed slightly as he looked outside the inn. I've been immersing myself in bitter cultivation ever since I arrived on this chaos continent. Who would be looking for me? Lin Yuan was quite astonished. After pondering for a moment, Lin Yuan got up and moved to another area. The inn was like a small world unto itself, with various distinct areas. I have seen the great sir. The one seeking Lin Yuan was a gentle-looking and respectfully poised woman. Lin Yuan immediately recognized her as a second-layer being, with a symbol of the ancient Ming Chaos continent embossed on her sleeve, indicating that she served under the ancient Ming Venerable. Of course, she was not under the direct command of the ancient Ming Venerable, but she was certainly working for him. What's the matter? Lin Yuan asked directly. Reporting to the great sir, half a year from now, is the Thousand Treasures Convention in our Mingchuan city, where many rarely seen treasures will appear. I am commanded by the city lord to offer you a Thousand Treasures record, which lists the treasures that will be available for sale at the convention. The woman took out a book. Understood. Lin Yuan replied unemotionally, taking the book from her. Then I shall take my leave. The woman immediately excused herself. Lin Yuan browsed the Thousand Treasures record, looking over the many treasures listed. The reason Mingchuan City gave him this Thousand Treasures record was naturally to give Lin Yuan ample time to prepare and gather chaos stones. Knowing in advance the treasures that would appear at the Thousand Treasures Convention, if there was something he desperately desired, he could prepare beforehand. Sir, the Novel Fire. NT website on Google to access chapters of novels early and in the highest quality. The Thousand Treasures Convention in Mingchuan City is supported by the ancient Ming Venerable at its back, and the credibility is highly assured, and each time the treasures that appear are quite extraordinary, attracting many strong beings from the nearby Chaos Void to participate. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know report so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 981 Chaos Great Saint, please subscribe. _2 Lin Yuan had intelligence from Tsang Wei-yang and was quite knowledgeable about the Thousand Treasures Convention. This time, the Thousand Treasures Convention features 8,633 treasures, all of good quality. Lin Yuan browsed through the list. 5,311 treasures from the Path-Splitting Realm, 1,476 from the Domination Realm, and 6 from the Chaos Realm? The rest are various rare flowers and fruits, special treasures, special materials, and so on. Lin Yuan observed that the treasures presented at a single Thousand Treasures Convention far exceeded the entire fortune of Tsang Wei-yang, a peak master from the Domination Realm. Crystal of Time. Contains rich powers of time. After using it, comprehension of the rule of time is greatly accelerated, only effective for those below the 7th realm of time rules. Starting price: 800 Chaos Stones. Directly enhancing the speed of rule comprehension? That's rare. Lin Yuan took a closer look, but it's of no use to me. Lin Yuan's comprehension of the rule of time had already reached the 9th realm, just one step away from transforming into the great pathway of time. The rule of time is a pillar rule, and its comprehension difficulty is much lesser than that of the spatio-temporal fusion rule. Lin Yuan had long reached the 9th realm in understanding the rule of time. 7-colored Thunderbolt Stone, a remarkable stone fallen from the Chaos Thunder Pond, containing the power of 7-colored thunderbolts, greatly beneficial for those who walk the path of thunderbolts at the 12th layer. Starting price: 10,000 Chaos Stones. The Chaos Void has many peculiarities, which require numerous conditions to enter. Like the Chaos Thunder Pond? This place is filled with endless destructive thunderbolts, and only a Chaos Venerable who walks the path of thunderbolts can enter. Moreover, every once in a lengthy period, the Chaos Thunder Pond drops some stones, which are the 7-colored Thunderbolt Stones. Containing some of the essence of the Chaos Thunder Pond, the 7-colored Thunderbolt Stone is considered the source of thunderbolts and is very beneficial for understanding the path of thunderbolts. The path of thunderbolts? Lin Yuan pondered for a while, as he had no urgent desire to pursue the path of thunderbolts at the moment. 10,000 Chaos Stones. That's equivalent to the entire fortune of a typical master from the Domination Realm. Lin Yuan shook his head slightly. However, the 7-colored Thunderbolt Stone is priceless, and it's usually not available for purchase at other times, so it's normal for it to be more expensive. Lin Yuan continued browsing the treasures listed in the Thousand Treasures record, many of which piqued his interest, until he saw a particular item. Lin Yuan's pupils shrank slightly. It was a golden box, its surface mottled, showing signs of having weathered many years. On the lower left corner of the golden box, there was a complex pattern engraved, and upon seeing this pattern, Lin Yuan felt a sense of familiarity. Is this the mark of the profound Xianxia lineage? Lin Yuan's expression turned solemn. Having taken charge of the Xianxia secret realm, and being a successor to Xianxia himself, Lin Yuan naturally had some understanding of the profound Xianxia lineage's marks. Does this box originate from the profound Xianxia lineage? Lin Yuan guessed in his mind. At the same time, he looked at the introduction given by the Thousand Treasures Convention for this golden box. Unknown box. Contains the aura fluctuations of the Chaos Realm level, with unknown origin and effects. Starting price: 30,000 Chaos Stones. The Golden Box had been in Mingchuan City for some time now. Even ancient Ming Venerable couldn't determine the true origin of the box. But merely based on the aura fluctuations of the Chaos Realm level within the box, it was identified as an artifact of the Chaos Realm level, and thus was priced at 30,000 Chaos Stones. In fact, this price is quite low among treasures of the Chaos Realm level. Any Chaos Realm secret treasure could sell for 50,000 Chaos Stones, 100,000 Chaos Stones, or even more. 30,000 Chaos Stones. It seems that ancient Ming Venerable does not know the true origin of this box. Lin Yuan thought to himself, as Xian Huang was a peerless great saint. A treasure left by a peerless great saint's lineage. How could it be worth only 30,000 Chaos Stones? Actually, this is quite normal, as Xian Huang existed many cosmic eras ago. Not to mention now, even in the era of the Magic Jade Tower Master, information about him was extremely scarce. Sir the Novel Fire, net website on Google to access chapters of novels early and in the highest quality. The Moyu Tower Master also learned about the existence of Xian Huang from some relics. 30,000 Chaos Stones. It's worth competing for. As Lin Yuan pondered, it was because other cultivators of the second layer, including ancient Ming Venerable, were not of the profound Xian Huang lineage that they were unable to discern the true nature of the Golden Box. But Lin Yuan was different. He could certainly attempt to explore it. The treasures left behind by the profound Xian Huang lineage that have been passed down to the present are without a doubt extraordinary. Their real value far exceeding 30,000 Chaos Stones. Slightly ordinary treasures would have long been eroded away by the passage of time. In the deepest part of the ancient Ming Chaos continent. Ancient Ming Venerable suddenly opened his eyes. His expression quite somber. Ancient Ming, what happened? Have you identified the source of the crisis? The Chaos Dragon Beast immediately asked. Not long ago, foreseeing an impending crisis, it informed Ancient Ming Venerable without delay. I have found it. Ancient Ming Venerable nodded, his face remaining grave. What is the cause? The Chaos Dragon Beast inquired. The strife between Shadow Demon Great Saint and Nine Phoenix Great Saint will spread to this area, Ancient Ming Venerable said. Shadow Demon Great Saint and Nine Phoenix Great Saint. The Chaos Dragon Beast was startled. These two renowned great saints have been mortal enemies since their initial entry into the Chaos Realm, locked in conflict with each other and stepping into the Great Saint's domain almost simultaneously. Since becoming Great Saints, these two formidable beings have embarked on an age-long battle, affecting vast regions. This time, in investigating the crisis nearby, Ancient Ming Venerable learned from a friend that the rules underlying the clash of these two great saints could very likely extend to the ancient Ming Chaos continent's vicinity. A conflict between two Chaos Great Saints could cause disruption in the ancient Ming Chaos continent, leaving even near-chaos level beings like the Chaos Dragon Beast seriously injured from the mere shockwaves of their battles. This is because the Chaos Dragon Beast can move and dodge, while the areas afflicted by the clash of Shadow Demon Great Saint and Nine Phoenix Great Saint will collapse and be destroyed, potentially even hastening the demise of universes birthed from the Chaos Void into a premature end. The feud between Shadow Demon Great Saint and Nine Phoenix Great Saint has persisted for countless cosmic eras, leading to untold numbers of universes prematurely succumbing to ultimate destruction. We're really unlucky to be precisely in the range of the upcoming skirmish between the two great saints, said Ancient Ming Venerable with a sense of helplessness. The gap between an ordinary Chaos Venerable and a Chaos Great Saint is vast. Although it is difficult for a Great Saint to completely kill a Chaos Venerable, this refers to the challenge in fully annihilating a Chaos Venerable. 4 Chaos Venerable possess numerous life-saving measures. Indeed, we're very unlucky, the Chaos Dragon Beast realized, sighing. The Chaos Void is boundless, and while the conflict between the two great saints has a broad impact, causing tens of thousands or even hundreds of thousands of universes to enter premature destruction, it is still negligible compared to the entirety of the Chaos Void. This is also why, despite the duration of their battle, no great saint of their level has intervened. Ancient Ming, what should we do now? The Chaos Dragon Beast looked to Ancient Ming Venerable. Logically speaking, the further one escapes from the battle of the great saints the better, for who knows if one might be caught in the central zone of the shockwaves. I plan to propel the Chaos continent and move it as far away as possible, Ancient Ming Venerable said. Actually, if they were to abandon the Chaos continent and flee directly, they would most likely be safe. But the Chaos continent is the fruit of nearly 100 cosmic eras of dedication from Ancient Ming Venerable, and he was not willing to give it up so easily. The ancient Ming Chaos continent is as vast as hundreds of universes, far too large to fit within ancient Ming Venerable's internal universe. Therefore, the only option was to directly move the Chaos continent itself, hoping to avoid the aftermath range of the impending clash of the two great saints. Of course, the movement of an entire Chaos continent is inevitably much slower than if ancient Ming Venerable fled alone, but it remains a possible solution. Even if in the end they still fail to escape from the range of the great saint's residual shockwaves, at the very least, being further from the epicenter could substantially increase the chances of withstanding it. This is the only way, the Chaos Dragon Beast nodded. This region will face destruction, ancient Ming Venerable muttered softly. As a Chaos Venerable, he still has the capability to avoid danger, but the nearby universes and countless lives within them are not as fortunate. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know. Report so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 982. Exploring the Origin World. Please subscribe. Human Universe. Martial Arts Evolution Tower. 30,000 Chaos Stones. Lin Yuan examined his own possessions. Currently, he only has a few thousand Chaos Stones, all of which were left to him by the peak dominator Zhang Weiyang. To buy that golden box related to the profound Xianxia lineage, Lin Yuan plans to gather as many Chaos Stones as possible, up to 30,000. It looks like I need to sell some weapons and arms, Lin Yuan thought to himself. At the moment, he has many surplus weapons and arms, but most are of the path-splitting realm level, with only a few Dominator-level weapons and treasures from Zhang Weiyang. First, I'll send these weapons and treasures to the Chaos continent of ancient Ming, then sell them and see if it's enough. Lin Yuan picks some weapons and treasures from his treasury that he doesn't need. If the Chaos Stones obtained from selling these weapons and treasures are still not enough, Lin Yuan plans to sell a few Dominator Realm rare trees. As for that Chaos Realm secret treasure, it's better not to sell if possible, since Lin Yuan can use it once he steps into the Dominator Realm. Still lacking Chaos Stones, Lin Yuan thought to himself. In fact, with Lin Yuan's current understanding and perception of Chaos Qi, he could completely refine Chaos Stones directly from the mixed Chaos Qi like a Chaos Venerable. But being able to do it is one thing, and efficiency is another. Without the powerful spiritual will of a Chaos Venerable and the support of an internal universe, the Chaos Stones Lin Yuan can refine in a year would probably not exceed 10. Let's go! Lin Yuan raised his hand and tore open a spatial rift, piercing through all spatial layers, connecting the universe and the Chaos Void. He then threw the chosen treasures through the rift and with a thought, a manifestation formed outside the spatial rift within the Chaos Void, receiving the numerous treasures. Now even as a manifestation, Lin Yuan has the fighting abilities of a peak of path-splitting realm, fully enough to make his way in the Chaos Void. Whirl! Lin Yuan waved his hand, and the spatial rift some tens of meters long quickly healed. Having torn through all the spatial layers of the universe, Lin Yuan could easily form an eternal spatial rift if he wished. Each strand of world-breaking origin force requires 90 days to accumulate. Is that already the limit, unable to be increased further? Lin Yuan suddenly thought. Since stepping into the 12th layer, Lin Yuan had been trying to increase the speed of accumulating world-breaking origin force, to tear open larger eternal spatial rifts. But the efficiency of the Myriad Realms Gate in accumulating world-breaking origin force still remains at one strand every 90 days and has not increased further. Could there be unknown conditions for absorbing world-breaking origin force I am not aware of? Lin Yuan pondered. Martial Arts Evolution Tower. Lin Yuan actively connected with the Goddess of Wisdom. Honored Human Supreme, the Goddess of Wisdom is pleased to serve you. The solemn and cool voice of the Goddess of Wisdom resounded. The three goddesses of human civilization, core parts originating from an incident involving countless treasures falling from beyond the universe, are one of the biggest opportunities human civilization has obtained, possessing mental and computational powers on par with Dominator realm beings. That is why they can support the almost endless major and minor decisions of human civilization. Upload the 12th layer path-splitting chapter. Lin Yuan spoke. The 12th layer path-splitting chapter of Martial Tao has been essentially completed and perfected by him for upload. In fact, whether to upload the 12th layer path-splitting chapter of Martial Tao or not is not very significant, as aside from Lin Yuan falling, no other cultivator of Martial Tao could step into the 12th layer. If there's time, I can start branching out from Martial Tao, Lin Yuan thought to himself. A pathway of evolution is akin to a major road. If this major road is broad enough, it can branch out into many paths. These branches are also considered major roads, based on martial Tao and leading in different directions, also capable of birthing 12th-layer entities. Of course, this is contingent on the main road having substantial depth, akin to branches of a river. If it's merely a stream, its branches won't go far, but if it's a large river, even its branches will be broader than a stream. Based on martial Tao, the derived branch pathways can also bring benefits to myself, Lin Yuan realized during his ultimate leap, recognizing the advantages of widely spreading his path. That could maintain himself from never falling, which is considerably more challenging than having unlimited lifespan. With the upload of the 12th layer path-splitting chapter, the martial arts evolution pathway smoothly became the first evolutionary pathway of human civilization. This event did not cause any surprises. Even in the eyes of countless human cultivators and the 9 supreme beings, it was extremely normal and to be expected. Martial arts evolution pathway was previously ranked 5th in humanity, just based on the 11th layer chapter. Now with the 12th layer path-splitting chapter uploaded, it would be strange if it weren't first. Martial Arts Evolution Tower. Tower Master, this is the list of all who have made contributions to human civilization and have passed away since its birth. Xianxia stood respectfully below, as the first 8th layer of martial arts evolution pathway. Xianxia joined the martial arts evolution tower immediately. Although limited by strength, his position isn't high, but he has successfully caught Lin Yuan's attention. Lin Yuan glanced at the list, which densely recorded hundreds of millions of human names. Although the Starry Sea era of human civilization is only over 2 million years, the actual history far exceeds this number. In such a long duration, how many humans have been born? Even if only a small percentage made contributions to human civilization, the base number is too large. Tower Master, do you plan to resurrect them? Zhang Tianji cautiously asked. Those who have contributed to human civilization naturally can be resurrected, Lin Yuan said. In the past, the resurrection of deceased evolvers by human civilization had numerous prerequisites. Potential, strength, and contribution were the foremost. All 3 were indispensable, considering the 9 supremes of human civilization. The supremes revitalizing deceased lives would suffer cosmic rebuke. 1 or 2 might be fine, even hundreds or thousands manageable, but too many would overwhelm even the supremes, causing them injuries. But now, Lin Yuan's life force was unprecedentedly strong, and even if he revived lives at the 11th tier, he could easily neutralize and disregard the backlash, which is why he planned to lower the resurrection threshold and extend the retrospective time range. This was also considered a benefit for the deceased ancestors of human civilization. Several days later, all human civilization evolvers of 9th tier or above gathered outside the martial arts evolution tower. The Supremes resurrecting past lives need to reverse the flow, concerning the rules of space-time manifestation. Watching this would give evolvers insights. In the past, when the Supremes from various evolution towers resurrected, crowds of evolvers also gathered to watch, and Lin Yuan had once witnessed Xianxia, the Supreme, performing resurrection. The Galaxy Supreme is resurrecting the past deceased lives of my human civilization? It said that this time the Galaxy Supreme's resurrection scope is unprecedentedly broad. Anyone who has made even a slight contribution to human civilization, regardless of their potential or strength, is on the resurrection list. My God, resurrecting so many people, what kind of backlash would he endure? Many cultivators of human civilization discussed animatedly. Now that human civilization occupied the entire universe, thus there was no issue of resource scarcity. Shenyuan Supreme and Xiaqin Supreme also rushed over. They initially planned to help Lin Yuan share some of the pressure but were rejected. Let's begin. Lin Yuan had previously resurrected past relatives and friends in the immortal realm. But the time river of the immortal realm is distinctly different from the universe's time river. The time river of the main universe is strictly a tributary of the chaos void time river. Humming sounds. Lin Yuan began to reverse the flow, with a resurrection list in hand. Clearly knowing the essence and aura of every human evolver to be resurrected, Lin Yuan continually fished out people from the vast time river. Wake up, everyone. With a gentle effort from Lin Yuan, over 10 billion evolvers were forcibly pulled out, returning to the current time period. In each moment, 10 billion evolvers were resurrected. In a few breaths, the total revived exceeded 1 trillion. The Galaxy Supreme. How come the cosmic rebuke, when it reaches the Galaxy Master, couldn't even ripple? Many 11s were shocked. The resurrection of 10 billion lives almost made the universe's time river locally boil, the towering backlash all pressed towards the Galaxy Supreme. but it didn't even lift the hem of Lin Yuan's robe. The life essence is too strong. I feel if it wasn't for our life essence not being in the Time River, the Galaxy Supreme could even resurrect us too. Xianxia Supreme and other 8 Supremes were similarly astonished. They've resurrected many times and knew well what cosmic rebuke is like. The resurrection of 10 billion, even for Supremes, would result directly in severe injuries, especially since each of Lin Yuan's resurrections were also at the billion level. In a short time, a few breaths passed, and the resurrected lives exceeded 1 trillion. I've been resurrected? Has my human civilization reached its ultimate birth? Countless evolvers from before the Starry Sea era widened their eyes. In their era, human civilization did not yet have 12th tier existence, and they never imagined they could have a chance to be resurrected. I was also resurrected? A cold man looked astonished. His name was Oin, who perished at the hands of the Black Abyss in Jianghu. Originally, according to his potential, talent and strength, he had no qualifications for resurrection. The Galaxy Supreme. Oin looked up, only to see a towering figure slowly lowering his head to glance over here, his face betokening a benevolent smile. The legacy I left in the battlefields of different races, was it obtained by the Galaxy Master? Oin immediately understood the cause and effect, while a sense of inexplicable emotion surged in his heart. Sar the Novelier. NET website on Google to access chapters of novels early and in the highest quality. Almost everyone has been resurrected. Lin Yuan glanced over the densely packed lives that had just been resurrected, then looked at the surrounding numerous 11th tier evolvers, entrusted them with the responsibility of arranging these resurrected lives, and immediately disappeared. Martial Arts Evolution Tower. Lin Yuan sat cross-legged. Everything is almost done. Lin Yuan took a deep breath. Now I can properly explore that original world. With this thought, Lin Yuan divided his attention, sank into the depths of his mind, and looked towards the towering and grand Myriad Realms gate. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know. Report so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 983 Fierce Sun. Please subscribe. Source World. Lin Yuan's expression was solemn as he looked at the world coordinates deep within the Myriad Realms gate. Now that I've arrived through transmigration, I no longer need to expend extra world-breaking origin force. Lin Yuan thought to himself, since stepping into the 12 tiers, his life's essence had undergone a leap, and not only did he not need world-breaking origin force for worlds he had transmigrated to before, even for worlds he had not transmigrated to, he did not require world-breaking origin force. He just needed to have the correct world coordinates. It seems that the world-breaking origin force expended in previous transmigrations was used to protect my true spirit consciousness? Lin Yuan guessed. As a being of the 12 tiers, his life's essence was strong enough, and likewise, his true spirit consciousness was strong enough to not need extra protection from the Myriad Realms gate, thereby also saving a sum of world-breaking origin force. I still choose to transmigrate with the true spirit consciousness. Lin Yuan silently concluded. Transmigration with the true spirit will. The only defect is the existence of a vulnerable period. But this defect, with Lin Yuan's advancement to the 12 tiers, had been basically remedied. Vulnerable period? If anything, he could just return to the Myriad Realms gate and continue the next transmigration. After all, it didn't require the expenditure of world-breaking origin force. And now, with Lin Yuan's mastery over the world-breaking origin force, even if he encountered some danger during the vulnerable period, he could block it. Minor dangers could be avoided with the help of world-breaking origin force. Major dangers didn't need to be withstood. Just give up and begin the next transmigration. As for his true self, it was stationed in the cosmic starry skies, where safety is undoubtedly assured. Especially while situated in the Xianxia secret realm, even if the universe itself crumbled, Lin Yuan could ignore it. Let's begin. Lin Yuan immediately partitioned a portion of his true spirit consciousness and surged into the Myriad Realms gate. After reaching the 12 tiers, Lin Yuan's transmigrations didn't require the immersion of all his true spirit consciousness. Just a part was enough. This also meant that both the body in the cosmic starry skies and the body in the transmigrated world could act independently. Moreover, he could also utilize his numerous incarnations. Close to 1/3 of the true spirit consciousness? Lin Yuan looked at the Myriad Realms gate. At this moment, a small portion of his true spirit consciousness surged into the Myriad Realms gate, descending upon that source world, ready to merge into it. In a daze, Lin Yuan's slumbering consciousness began to awaken. Young master, don't die, you must not die, it's all my fault, if I hadn't been careless enough to leave, you wouldn't end up like this. Dongyang family, if anything really happens to the young master, even if my lord and lady can endure it, I won't let you off. We're almost home, just a little further to the house, and you will be saved, young master. Lin Yuan's consciousness vaguely sensed the spatial fluctuations of the outside world. Clearly, someone was carrying him through a wide-range space-time travel. Qingfen Domain. Lord Qingfen's fief? Lord Qingfen is a great lord-level existence, a lord granted by the fierce Sun ancient country, terrifyingly powerful, and I am the disciple of the Yu family with the most potential, competing for a spot as a disciple of Lord Qingfen against the Dongyang family. To curry favor with Lord Qingfen, the Dongyang family took the opportunity to assassinate me while I was out. Lin Yuan quickly assimilated a massive amount of memories flooding into his mind, understanding his current situation. Both the Yu family and the Dongyang family are second-rate families within the Qingfen domain. If they could establish a connection with Lord Qingfen, they at least had a chance of being promoted to a first-rate family. And a first-rate family meant an abundance of resources and status. CTH Novel IR. Net website on Google to access chapters of novels early and in the highest quality. Dongyang Meng. A stunning figure flashed through Lin Yuan's mind. In the competition between the Yu family and the Dongyang family for the opportunity to be Lord Qingfen's disciple, the one with the highest hope from the Yu family was the original body, whereas it was Dongyang Meng for the Dongyang family. In reality, the original body and Dongyang Meng were on good terms secretly, and the original body even harbored admiration for Dongyang Meng. During this most intense competition between the two families, the original body should have been hiding within the family to prevent any accidents. But Dongyang Meng contacted him, wanting to meet and claiming to have a way to alleviate tensions between the two families as well as resolving the current strained situation of the Yu family and the Dongyang family. So, the solution you meant was to get rid of me? The thought that emerged in Lin Yuan's mind for the last time was of the original body. Knowing that Dongyang Meng wanted to meet, the original body, against all reason, secretly snuck out of the family, bringing only an old servant with him. After meeting Dongyang Meng and in order to ensure their conversation remained private, he even sent the old servant away. However, what awaited the original body was an ambushing powerhouse from the Dongyang family hiding in the shadows. If the original body hadn't carried numerous life-saving measures, and the old servant had not sensed something wrong and hurried back, he probably would have been completely shattered. My physical body and soul. Lin Yuan could feel his current state. At this moment, his body and soul were being eroded by a dark force, weakening swiftly. Only deep within his body and soul was there a life force sustaining energy, albeit the latter was clearly in retreat. If nothing unexpected happened, in at most 5 breaths, the original Buddha's soul and flesh would be completely extinguished. What should I do? Lin Yuan felt somewhat helpless in his heart. Just after arriving through transmigration, he hadn't set up any methods and had no ability to resist the dark force that continued to erode. As for the will of the spirit? The will of the spirit also required a sufficiently strong body and soul to carry and exert its power, and his spirit will couldn't directly resist the dark erosion. Now, Lin Yuan pondered in his mind. He had 2 choices now. One was to give up immediately and have the consciousness that had transmigrated return to his true self. However, by doing so, it would be the same as wasting this transmigration opportunity. Although Lin Yuan's transmigration to the source world did not exhaust any world-breaking origin force, it did come with a cooldown period. He could only arrive once every 333 years. If he gave up this time, Lin Yuan's next descent would be 333 years later. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know report so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 984 Fierce Sun, please subscribe. Understood 2. The second choice was to use the world-breaking origin force to resist that dark force. Lin Yuan didn't need to completely solve this dark force, he just needed to hold on until he returned to the Yu family, whether strong members of the family would come to the rescue. Temporarily resisting this dark force requires 100 strands of world-breaking origin force. In the blink of an eye, Lin Yuan's thoughts raced as he started making choices. Forget it, the identity I've descended with this time is not bad. At least I won't have to worry about cultivation resources in the early stage. After pondering for just a breath's time, Lin Yuan had made up his mind. As the most outstanding disciple of the Yu family, and with his parents holding high authority within the Yu family, such a starting point was indeed rare. It would allow Lin Yuan to avoid many detours in the early stage. Although a second-rate family in the Qingfen domain was not considered core upper echelon, it was still prominent enough to warrant Lin Yuan's participation. It's just 100 strands of world-breaking origin force after all. With a slight stir of Lin Yuan's mind, an invisible force began to emerge within his body. This force quickly suppressed and slowed down the dark corrupting force, reducing the rate of its spread and prolonging Lin Yuan's survival time. The most crucial thing was that this force wouldn't leave any traces inside his body, reducing any chances of it being detected by others. Whoosh whoosh whoosh. Space and time were distorting. An old servant with white hair quickly brought Lin Yuan to the front of a grand mansion. What's going on? A tall man appeared, looking towards the white-haired old servant and noticing Lin Yuan, whose energy was hanging by a thread. Yen. The tall man's expression changed, and with a lift of his hand, the scenery transformed, instantly bringing the white-haired old servant and Lin Yuan to the deepest part of the mansion. Here, old men were sitting cross-legged, their auras deep and mysterious. At this moment, they all opened their eyes at once and looked towards the tall man. Elders, my son needs your help. Without mincing words, the tall man didn't even bother to ask why Lin Yuan was injured at this moment. This is the Dongyang clan's doing. How audacious of the Dongyang clan to attack a disciple of our Yu family. CTH novel_fire. At website on Google to access chapters of novels early and in the highest quality. Several deeply ored elders grimaced and acted without hesitation, stopping the spreading dark corrupting force inside Lin Yuan's body. Lucky, he returned just in time. Had it been a few more breaths later, it would have been real trouble. The leading elder spoke. He looked at the tall man and frowned, saying, "What in the world happened?" Clan leader, elders. The white-haired old servant, seeing that Lin Yuan was fine, let out a deep breath of relief and immediately shared how Dongyang Meng had plotted against the young master. To become a disciple under Lord Qingfen, the Dongyang family has indeed become unscrupulous. The tall man added in a timely manner, at the side. Becoming a disciple of Lord Qingfen, that's a chance to soar to the heavens. Who would hold back? The leading elder of the Yu family spoke, dissatisfaction in his tone. He wasn't angry at the Dongyang clan, but at Yu Yen. Knowing that it was a time when competition between the two great families was most fierce, yet he still went out to meet with Dongyang Meng in private? Wasn't that foolish? The elder speaks the truth, the tall man immediately replied at the side. He too knew there was something wrong with his son. The Dongyang clan attacking his son? If Yu Yen had fought back, using this private meeting with Dongyang Meng as a chance to bring over many strong members of the Yu family, turning the tables on Dongyang Meng, how could he have ended up in such a state now? Then with Dongyang Meng dead, the likelihood of Yu Yen becoming a disciple of Lord Qingfen would have greatly increased, propelling the Yu family to the skies, becoming a top-tier family within the Qingfen Yu. Elder, my son now? The tall man asked cautiously. His life has been saved, but to fully recover would take decades without even thinking about it. And in a year's time, it will be time to head to Qingfen City. The Yu family elder said, without the possibility of recovery, there's no chance of contending with Dongyang Meng, which is the same as freely giving away the chance to become a disciple under Lord Qingfen. That's good to hear. The tall man breathed a sigh of relief, immediately thinking of something, and quickly added, I will go back and properly teach Yen. After saying this, he hurriedly left with Lin Yuan and the old servant. Finally got through it. Lin Yuan steadied himself. The world-breaking origin force fruit truly was miraculous, invisible and intangible, undetectable to anyone but Lin Yuan himself. Those few elders of the Yu family, all at the 12th layer strength? Lin Yuan inwardly sighed. Although it's just the second layer of the path-splitting realm, it's still the second layer. The Yu family is merely a second-class family in the Qingfen domain, yet they have several ancestors in the path-splitting realm presiding over. What about the first-class families then? And what about Lord Qingfen who looks over the entire Qingfen domain? This is the origin world, Lin Yuan thought to himself. In terms of world hierarchy, the origin world is no weaker than the chaos void. The urgent task now is to recover from the injuries on my physical body and soul. Lin Yuan gathered his thoughts and started to assess his own condition. The dark corrosive power within his body had been thoroughly eradicated, but the injury remained, and it was extremely difficult to recover from. External forces had basically no effect, and he could only rely on his own origin source to gradually repair it. This was also the reason why the Yu family ancestor confirmed that it would take Lin Yuan decades to recover. Decades. Lin Yuan slightly shook his head. It would take Yu Yen decades to recover, but he would not need that long. Within the universe, Lin Yuan sat cross-legged. The situation in the origin world has finally stabilized. A smile appeared on Lin Yuan's face. It was his first arrival in the origin world, and he did not wish to return defeated. Now, all that's needed is to wait for the natural development over there in the origin world. Lin Yuan thought to himself that, based on the intelligence he had obtained so far, the colossal extent of that origin world was terrifying, especially the fierce Sun ancient country, which was unfathomably profound. Outside the ancient Ming Chaos continent, an avatar of Lin Yuan appeared. This time, the speed was much faster. Lin Yuan nodded slightly. When Lin Yuan first arrived at the ancient Ming Chaos continent, he was only at the 11th layer, and it took him 4 to 5 months just to approach it. But now, it's been just a few days since he left the main universe. If I could step into the eightfold realm of spacetime, I estimate it would take only a few breaths to arrive. Lin Yuan thought to himself. Normally speaking, the eightfold realm of spacetime is a comprehension of space and time belonging to a chaos venerable. As for the 9th realm of spacetime, that's the domain of a chaos great saint. Xianxia reached the pinnacle of the 9th realm of spacetime in his mastering of space, invincible throughout the chaos void. The 1,000 Treasures Convention is about to start. Lin Yuan immediately headed towards the ancient Ming Chaos continent. He did not forget that his purpose for coming here was to bring many weapons, treasures, and rare artifacts to sell, and then to purchase that golden box at the 1,000 Treasures Convention. The golden box bore the mark of the profound Xianxia lineage. Only Lin Yuan knew that it should contain the treasures of the profound Xianxia lineage from the past. The golden box itself is nearly indestructible, which is why it has been passed down to the present, and the treasure contained within such a box must certainly be extraordinary, its true value definitely far exceeding 30,000 chaos stones. However, as Lin Yuan got closer to the ancient Ming Chaos continent, he immediately sensed something was amiss. Compared to his first arrival outside the ancient Ming Chaos continent, the atmosphere of the Chaos continent now was noticeably more tense, with a significant increase in the number of patrollers. In the very center of the continent, that black mountain peak that pierced the sky like a barb had somehow disappeared. Has some sort of incident occurred? Lin Yuan speculated in his mind. The ancient Ming Chaos Venerable had a great reputation in the nearby regions. For the ancient Ming Chaos continent to change like this, if it's really an incident, it must not be small. The Chaos Void is full of crises. Even the Chaos continents with a Chaos Venerable at helm are not absolutely safe, and the void outside the Chaos continents is even more dangerous. Lin Yuan felt deeply. However, the ancient Ming Chaos continent has existed for hundreds of cosmic eras, and has gone through many calamities, but all have been withstood under the protection of the ancient Ming Chaos Venerable. Whatever the incident, it has nothing to do with me. As long as I can buy that golden box, it's fine to leave immediately. Lin Yuan thought, arriving at the entrance to the ancient Ming Chaos continent, and entered smoothly. Very soon, the two avatars converged, heading to the trading area of Mingchuan City, planning to sell the multitude of weapons, treasures, and rarities to acquire enough chaos stones. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know. Report so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 985. The Golden Box. Subscribe please. All the weapons, armaments, and precious treasures combined sold for a total of 42,000 chaos stones. Lin Yuan returned to the inn, feeling slightly relieved. With 42,000 chaos stones, purchasing that golden box shouldn't be a problem. The starting price of the golden box is 30,000 chaos stones, and even a chaos venerable wouldn't spend 30,000 chaos stones to buy it without knowing its origins. While a chaos venerable can indeed condense chaos stones from the endless chaos void, it also requires effort. To a chaos venerable, 30,000 chaos stones might not be much, but to buy a golden box that might be worthless without knowing its specifics? A chaos venerable is wealthy, but not foolish. If it wasn't for the fluctuations of chaos realm energy within that golden box, it probably wouldn't even be listed for the 1,000 Treasures Convention. Maybe after buying the golden box, there will still be chaos stones left over to purchase some other treasures. Lin Yuan thought to himself. Besides the golden box, there were many other treasures listed in the 1,000 treasures record that caught Lin Yuan's eye. Of course, that was just fancy. The golden box was the priority. Soon, the 1,000 treasures convention in Mingchuan City commenced smoothly. So many 12-layer powerhouses. Lin Yuan arrived early at the 1,000 treasures tower, the venue for the convention. Even though Lin Yuan arrived early, he still noticed numerous 12-layer powerhouses, but the vast majority were at the path-splitting realm, with very few at the Dominator realm and not a single one from the Chaos realm. Understandable. What status does a Chaos Venerable have? It's true that the Chaos Venerable occasionally pass through the Chaos continent, but that's just occasionally. Most of the time, they are absent. If a Chaos Venerable were to pass by, Ancient Ming Venerable himself would need to show up to greet them. At this moment, Lin Yuan casually entered the 1,000 treasures tower, exuding a faint aura of the peak path-splitting realm. The peak of the path-splitting realm, among the many 12-layer beings present, was already considered strong, ranking just below those few at the Dominator realm. Stay farther away. That one seems to be at the peak of the path-splitting realm. Many at the peak of the path-splitting realm. They're just a step away from breaking through to the Dominator realm. We can't afford to clash with them. It's best to not get too close. The 12-layer beings whispered among themselves. In the Chaos Void, strength is respected. Outside of a place like the Chaos Continent where order is maintained, it's always the law of the jungle. Thus, all 12-layer beings who have survived are very cautious. They wouldn't dare provoke the strong, let alone get close to them, eliminating any possibility of offense or conflict. Lin Yuan found a place in the hall to sit down. The interior space of the 1,000 treasures tower was extremely vast, enough to allow each participant to have a separate hall. With my strength at the peak of the path-splitting realm, it shouldn't be a problem to protect a treasure worth 30,000 chaos stones. Lin Yuan thought to himself. In the Chaos Continent, anyone can purchase treasures, which are protected by Ancient Ming Venerable, so no one dares to cause trouble. But that may not be the case once they leave the Chaos Continent. This was also the reason why Lin Yuan revealed his aura of the peak path-splitting realm. If someone in the early stages of the path-splitting realm purchased that golden box and attracted the attention of those with ill intentions, it could lead to some unwelcome thoughts and ideas. But the peak of the path-splitting realm? Then they'd have to consider whether it's worth it or not. To assault and rob someone at the peak of the path-splitting realm, at least a Dominator realm powerhouse is required, which comes at no small cost. Just for an unassessed golden box? A Dominator realm powerhouse definitely has better targets for plunder. Time went by. The 1,000 Treasures convention was about to start soon. Lin Yuan sat inside the hall, observing the various auras nearby. There are more than 40 Dominator realm powerhouses, Lin Yuan silently noted. Among these 40 Dominator realm powerhouses, 3 had auras that barely reached the peak of the Dominator realm, approaching that of the senior Tsang Weiyang. Ladies and gentlemen. In the center of the 1,000 Treasures tower, a silver-haired woman appeared. With faint dragon scales on her face, her noble bloodline was evident. Many powerful beings in the Chaos Void have bloodlines of various chaos exotic beasts flowing in them. A Dominator realm being. Lin Yuan's expression became slightly solemn, as the aura of the silver-haired woman was hidden, surely a Dominator realm powerhouse. I will be presiding over this session of the 1,000 Treasures convention. The silver-haired woman's voice was concise, as she directly produced a bracelet that appeared to be a secret treasure. A defensive secret treasure of the peak path-splitting realm. Wear it on your body, and when encountering danger, it will activate on its own, capable of blocking an attack from the peak path-splitting realm for 10 breaths. The silver-haired woman spoke quickly while revealing the appearance and aura of the bracelet treasure. After a moment, the silver-haired woman continued, the starting bid is 100 chaos stones, with each increase no less than 10 chaos stones. The normal price for a path-splitting realm secret treasure ranges from several tens to several hundred chaos stones. Being able to start at 100 chaos stones is firstly due to its superior quality, and secondly because the 1,000 Treasures Tower provides a guarantee. The 1,000 Treasures Tower, as an official force on the Chaos Continent, ensures every soul treasure is backed by proper endorsement. There's no possibility of fraud. So the treasures on auction at the 1,000 Treasures convention are priced higher than usual. But as long as they're genuine and the quality is guaranteed, there are still many strong buyers willing to purchase. 120 chaos stones. 150 chaos stones. 180 Chaos Stones. Before long, the bracelet treasure reached a price of 200 Chaos Stones. 200 Chaos Stones had already reached the category of a top-grade path-splitting realm treasure. The bracelet treasure was indeed good but not match for the top-grade path-splitting realm treasures. Hence, at this price, there were much fewer bidders. Soon, the bracelet treasure was sold for 210 Chaos Stones. One after another, treasures were presented before the eyes of the many 12-layer beings, sparking bouts of competition. Lin Yuan did not make a move, saving all his Chaos Stones until the golden box appeared. The Thousand Treasures convention was progressing swiftly. The competition for Dominator Realm treasures quickly concluded. Next came the auction for Chaos Realm hierarchical treasures. At once, dozens of Dominator Realm powerhouses perked up. This was the moment they had come for. Golden box, containing fluctuations of the Chaos Realm aura within, suspected to be a Chaos Realm treasure. The starting bid is 30,000 Chaos Stones. The silver-haired woman presented a mottled golden box, her voice resonating throughout the hall. Silence fell around them momentarily. The ordinary path-splitting realm powerhouses, though curious about the golden box, couldn't afford such a large amount of Chaos Stones. As for the Dominator Realm powerhouses, their target lay with the subsequent Chaos Realm treasures, showing little interest in this golden box. Seeing no response from the powerful attendees, the silver-haired woman continued, "This golden box is made of an extremely mysterious material. Ordinary attacks from the Chaos Realm cannot destroy it," she went on with her presentation. Sighing internally, the silver-haired woman mused. Still no one interested? The golden box had been featured at not just 1,000 Treasures convention, with its starting bid dropping from 100,000 Chaos Stones initially to the current 30,000. Just as the silver-haired woman was about to withdraw the golden box to present the next treasure, a hesitant voice came forward. 30,000 Chaos Stones. Turning to the source, the silver-haired woman saw it originate from a pavilion near the front. A slight smile appeared on her face. 30,000 Chaos Stones. Is anyone else interested? A path-splitting realm peak powerhouse has bought this box of unknown origin. 30,000 Chaos Stones. Indeed, fitting for a peak of the path-splitting realm. Probably just curious about the box. Otherwise, they wouldn't wait until the end to bid. Inside the Thousand Treasures Tower, the powerhouses of the 12th layer whispered among themselves. For a peak path-splitting realm powerhouse to spend 30,000 Chaos Stones was not out of the ordinary. Since that is the case, this golden box shall belong to the gentleman. The silver-haired woman promptly secured the golden box and moved on to introduce the next treasure. Items bought in the Thousand Treasures convention would be delivered to their new owners after the convention concluded. Got it. A smile crept onto Lin Yuan's face. Initially, he had been worried that some path-splitting realm peak or even a Dominator Realm powerhouse might compete with him. Now it seemed everything had gone smoothly. Naturally, 30,000 Chaos Stones wasn't a small number. Chaos Venerables might easily produce such an amount, but Dominator Realm powerhouses would definitely feel the pinch. The Thousand Treasures convention carried on. Lin Yuan also successively acquired a few treasures for hundreds to thousands of Chaos Stones. In the end, the Thousand Treasures convention concluded smoothly. When the Thousand Treasures convention ended, the silver-haired woman standing on the stage did not leave, but quietly watched the many powerhouses. "My lords, my master has instructed me to make an announcement." The silver-haired woman began to speak, her master being the ancient Ming Venerable, the ruler of the Chaos Continent. Make an announcement? What matter? A matter disclosed by the ancient Ming Venerable? The many powerhouses looked slightly unsettled, some feeling uneasy as they recalled the recent tense situation in the Chaos Continent. Next, my master will activate the Chaos Continent, initiating its move away from this region, the silver-haired woman said. Move away? Why relocate? The powerhouses expressed their bewilderment. Search * the novel _at website on Google to access chapters of novels early and in the highest quality. How immense was the Chaos Continent? To move such a giant continent, the amount of Chaos Stones consumed would be no joke. Before long, this area will become the battlefield of the 9 Phoenix Great Saint and the Shadow Demon Great Saint. The aftereffects of the battle between the 2 Chaos Great Saints will cover the surrounding area, and at that time, everything will be destroyed, the silver-haired woman explained. A battlefield of 2 Chaos Great Saints? Lin Yuan's expression subtly shifted. Chaos Great Saints? Battlefield? May I ask about the range of the aftereffects from the battle between the two Chaos Great Saints? A Dominator Realm powerhouse inquired, concerned as his abode was in the vicinity. If what the silver-haired woman claimed was true, survival would mean keeping a good distance. Approximately this range, the silver-haired woman pointed. A map of the Chaos Void materialized with certain areas marked in red. This is troublesome. Lin Yuan focused on the red areas of the Chaos Void map. If the positioning was accurate, his home universe lay squarely within the battlefield range of the two Chaos Great Saints. Remember, within this range, even universes birthed from the Chaos Void will be destroyed, prematurely entering the Great Dissolution. If you wish to survive, feel free to apply for permanent residence in Mingchuan City, the silver-haired woman continued. The reason she mentioned universes was to remind the powerful beings present of the gravity of the situation. If universes could not withstand the chaos of the Great Saints' clash, then nothing else stood a chance. Universes will be destroyed, entering the Great Dissolution beforehand? Lin Yuan's expression grew solemn as he grasped the gravity of the situation. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know. Report so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 986. The Greatest Opportunity of the Origin World. Please subscribe. Main Universe, Xianxia Secret Realm. Lin Yuan opened his eyes, his eyebrows slightly furrowed. Universal catastrophe? Lin Yuan thought to himself, the combat between two Chaos Great Saints leading to the collapse of all universes within a vast area, prematurely entering universal catastrophe. This kind of example. He had indeed seen it in the records of the Demon Jade Space and the profound Xianhuang lineage. The attacks of a Chaos Great Saint are capable of shattering all defensive barriers of a universe. Even if they cannot completely erase this universe, they can still force its destruction, reverting it to its initial state. For the universe itself, there are not many effects, for the universe still exists, but for the creatures within the universe, it is a disaster. If the universal catastrophe truly arrives early, what should I do? Lin Yuan's thoughts fluctuated. The universal catastrophe, in fact, also has little effect on Lin Yuan. With his strength, he can easily withstand the great destruction of the catastrophe and enter the Chaos Void. Even if he is unwilling to enter the Chaos Void, Lin Yuan can also rely on the Xianhuang Secret Realm, hiding inside much like the robber clan, surviving until the next cosmic era. The Xianhuang Secret Realm, being semi-fused with the origin source, would not be affected by the universal catastrophe, making it nearly absolutely safe to hide inside, similar to the robber clan's wooden hut. Moreover, Lin Yuan can also traverse through the Myriad Realms Gate into other dimensional worlds. After stepping into the second layer, many restrictions of the Myriad Realms Gate were lifted for Lin Yuan, allowing his true self to descend upon any world. This method is even more reliable than the Xianhuang Secret Realm. As long as beings under the 13th layer do not act, the Xianhuang Secret Realm remains in peace. But what if a 13th layer being takes action? Of course, what kind of existence is a 13th layer being? The probability of them acting against the universe is nearly zero, but there is still such a possibility. But the Myriad Realms Gate? Even for 13th layer beings, it is very difficult to explore the worlds of other dimensional levels. If the Xianhuang Secret Realm is nearly absolutely safe, then through the Myriad Realms Gate, it is absolutely safe. In short, Lin Yuan's method of solving the universal catastrophe is too simple. For other beings, it is a catastrophe, even for the 12th layer ultimate beings. But in Lin Yuan's heart, it is not a concern at all. However, even though Lin Yuan himself might not have a problem, countless citizens of human civilization would probably have to make a choice. This matter needs to be communicated to Shen Yuan and Xia Qin. Lin Yuan quickly began contacting the other 9 supreme beings of human civilization. In matters concerning the survival of the entire human civilization, the 9 supreme beings also have the right to know. A moment later. Virtual world. On the 10 thrones, figures appeared one after another. Xianxia the Nefire. At website on Google to access chapters of novels early and in the highest quality. Galaxy. What's the matter calling us here? What you're saying? Must there be a matter to summon us? Indeed, we could also gather and chat from time to time. The 9 supreme beings of human civilization were unusually relaxed. Now that the entire universe had become the territory of human civilization, they, as supreme beings, are naturally very relaxed. In the past, there was the threat of the 12th layer ultimate beings from the other 11 peak clan powers, the 9 human supreme beings, while not walking on thin ice, felt a lot of pressure. But now, the robber clan adopted a policy of self-preservation, and the ultimate beings from the other top 10 peak clans were suppressed, with their clan entities also being integrated into human civilization. The human civilization of today is definitely the most prosperous ever. Seeing this, their supreme beings naturally felt very content. Lin Yuan, looking at the 9 human supreme beings, pondered for a moment, and then said, I have long since dispatched an avatar to explore the chaos void. The 9 supreme beings immediately started listening attentively. Ordinary 12th-layer path-splitting realm powerhouses, their avatars, simply cannot stray too far from a universe. But Lin Yuan? The miracles created by Lin Yuan were just too many. Thus, when the 9 supreme beings learned that Lin Yuan had already begun exploring the chaos void outside the universe, not a single one was surprised. However, what followed? The words spoken by Lin Yuan caused all the supreme beings' faces to change color. What? You mean to say our universe is about to be enveloped in the combat of 2 chaos great saints, stepping prematurely into universal catastrophe? Xianxia's supreme being's face was full of shock. He didn't even know what a chaos great saint represented. But he understood very clearly the meaning of universal catastrophe. The rest of the 8 supreme beings felt similarly. The universe stepping prematurely into catastrophe was a disaster for all 12th-layer beings within the universe. Galaxy Master, are you sure this is true? The ancient power supreme being earnestly inquired. Universal catastrophe was not something to take lightly, it was related to their future and the entire human civilization. I'm 90% certain. Lin Yuan nodded. The ancient Ming Chaos continent started a long voyage to avoid the combat zone of the 2 Chaos Great Saints. Considering the mass of the ancient Ming Chaos continent, how vast an amount of Chaos Stones would be needed for its movement? The ancient Ming Venerable, daring to make such a move, must have received precise information. 90% certain? The hearts of the supreme beings present thumped. 90% certainty practically assured that this event would happen. When roughly will the combat of the 2 Chaos Great Saints affect us? Shen Yuan Supreme inquired. Between 100 to 1,000 years. Lin Yuan answered. According to the red region marked by the silver-haired woman on the map, the position of their home universe was directly in the trajectory of the 2 Chaos Great Saints battle zone, and it would be one of the first areas to be affected. Time in the Chaos Void might be in a few years, but the flow of time within the universe is much faster, approximately within a century or a millennium. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know report so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 987. The Greatest Opportunity of the Origin World. Please subscribe. Underthrough the atmosphere among the 10 strongest beings of human civilization was extremely solemn. We owe a great deal to Galaxy. If it weren't for you, I'm afraid we wouldn't have known until the very moment the universe was on the brink of destruction. The Shen Yuan Supreme took a deep breath and said seriously. Facing a disaster like the universe's destruction, knowing in advance versus knowing at the last minute are completely different concepts. When a normal universe approaches destruction, there would be many signs. Beings of the second layer within the universe would make corresponding preparations, such as beginning to migrate populations, gathering up the many resources within the universe and so on. But this kind of destruction hastened by external forces. If Lin Yuan hadn't spoken up, the losses to human civilization would have been immense. The most critical point is that moving the human population takes time. During the universe's destruction, the universes within the bodies of the Supremes can carry some of the humans by transferring their life essence into the river of time within their universes. But this process takes time. Additionally, the universe is vast and contains many resource planets and secret realms. These planets' secret realms could be slowly exploited, functioning like money trees, but if the universe's destruction is indeed imminent, one would definitely pack everything and leave, even if it means suffering some losses. Indeed. Xianxia, along with the other Supremes, nodded as well. If the universe's destruction can't be stopped, the best they can do now is to minimize further losses. If the universe's destruction really does come, resources and such are not a big issue. They're inanimate objects and don't require life essence transfer. They can be placed in any space we open up. But our human population. The Shen Yuan Supreme was somewhat worried. The transfer of life is not as simple as one might imagine. The universes within the bodies of the 9 Supremes of human civilization are each hundreds of thousands of light-years in size. Combined, they add up to millions of light-years. Add Lin Yuan's universe to that. With so much space, if people were squeezed in a bit and the quality of living environments were reduced somewhat, it would be entirely sufficient to migrate the majority of the human population. However, during the universe's destruction, the more lives a Supreme carries within their universe, the heavier the cataclysm they would bear. If a Supreme were to carry all life within his universe, including those of the second layer, they would endure the full pressure of the origin source. And the origin source equates to the life essence of a chaos venerable. It's like facing the full force of a chaos venerable, and even the peak of the path-splitting realm would be instantly reduced to ashes. Therefore, even if the universe within a Supreme is large enough, the number of lives they can take is limited. According to the current population of human civilization, a Supreme could barely take away 1 in 100,000, and any more would reduce the chances of surviving the cataclysm. I can take away 1% of the current human population, Lin Yuan said after pondering for a while. 1%. The Xianxia Supreme's pupils contracted. As one of the once 12 pinnacle forces, how vast was the human civilization's population? Even if it was only 1%, that was still an incredibly large number, trillions upon trillions times trillions. Galaxy, ensuring the most complete migration of our human population is critical, but your safety is more important. As long as you're here, the human civilization will persist, Xianxia said with slight concern. A Supreme at the peak of the path-splitting realm would normally be able to safely endure the universe's destruction, as long as the number of lives they carry doesn't exceed the limit. But the current 1% of the human civilization? That is far beyond the limit. At least if a Supreme at the peak of the path-splitting realm dared to take that many lives, they would face the final targeted destruction from the universe's origin source. The other Supremes looked at Lin Yuan as well. While they naturally hoped that more humans could survive, they did not wish for Lin Yuan to encounter any accidents during the upcoming universe's destruction. Rest assured, I have an idea in mind. Lin Yuan nodded. His in-body universe was growing every moment. In hundreds of years, it would reach its limit of 8 million light-years in diameter. With the foundation of such a universe, coupled with Lin Yuan's many methods, fending off the corresponding level of cataclysm from the universe's destruction shouldn't be a problem. In fact, if Lin Yuan could step into the Tao realm in the next few hundred years and his in-body universe underwent transformation again, the number of humans he could carry would increase further. But to ascend from the path-splitting realm to the sovereign realm, Lin Yuan needs to grow in all aspects to his utmost limit, not just the universe within his body. Lin Yuan has no confidence that he can step into the sovereign realm within 1,000 years. This 1,000 years is 1,000 years within the universe, but if it is in the chaos void, or that origin source, it is merely 2 or 3 years. That's good. The Xianxia Supreme nodded and then turned to the other 8 Supremes. Then let's leave first and arrange the matters to come. Okay. Sir, the Novel Fire. Net website on Google to access chapters of novels early and in the highest quality. Lin Yuan said. Shenhuang's Secret Realm. Lin Yuan felt a sense of urgency. Even if everything goes well, facing the impending universe destruction, 99% of humanity will perish. Even if Lin Yuan manages to luck into the sovereign realm before the imminent universe destruction, he could at most bring along 10 times more humans. 90% of humanity will still die. My strength is still too weak. Lin Yuan sighed. If he were a Chaos Great Saint, the skirmish between the Shadow Demon Great Saint and the 9 Phoenix Great Saint couldn't even shake the region he wished to protect. The aftershocks of a battle between 2 great saints might force a Chaos Venerable like Ancient Ming to retreat early, but for great saints of the same level, it would mean nothing. If Lin Yuan were to advance further and become the Moyu Tower Master, or a peerless great saint like His Majesty Xianhuang, then no matter how great the enmity of the Shadow Demon Great Saint or the 9 Phoenix Great Saint, when passing near Lin Yuan's territory, not to mention fighting, they probably wouldn't even dare to make a slightly louder noise. No matter inside the universe or the chaos void outside, strength is respected above all. Sovereign Realm, Lin Yuan thought to himself. For nearly all cultivators in the path-splitting realm, the most difficult part about ascending to the Sovereign Realm is the comprehension of numerous rules and the corresponding mental will. However, Lin Yuan has already met all these requirements. For Lin Yuan, ascending to the Sovereign Realm is merely a matter of time. He only needs all aspects of his physical body, soul body, and the universe within to naturally reach their peak, then he can ascend. Origin Source. Qingfen Domain. Yu Family. Lin Yuan was sitting cross-legged. The injuries have almost all recovered. Lin Yuan examined his internals and saw that the injuries caused by the unique dark energy erosion from the Dongyang family had now healed by 90%. The cultivation system of this origin source. Many pieces of information emerged in Lin Yuan's mind, the most important being that including the Yu family, Dongyang family, and even the Lord Qingfen, their cultivation paths all originated from the Fierce Sun ancient country. The Fierce Sun ancient country, a colossal entity that the original Yu Yan had been hearing about since he was a child, is said to have an ancestor who was the eternal Fierce Sun above the firmament. Eternal Fierce Sun? Lin Yuan looked up slightly, and even though separated by an unknown amount of space and time, he could still feel the terror of the Fierce Sun above the sky, at least far surpassing the feeling the Chaos Continent of ancient Ming gave him. If this eternal Fierce Sun truly transformed into the ancestor of the Fierce Sun ancient country, then what realm is he? A Chaos Great Saint? A Peerless Great Saint? Or a 13th layer temporal life form? Lin Yuan thought to himself. Even compared to the images left by Xian Huang and the Moyu Tower Master, that eternal Fierce Sun seemed far more powerful. Of course, the eternal Fierce Sun Lin Yuan felt was just an insignificant part of its full power, as were the images of Xian Huang and the Moyu Tower Master. The two could not be directly compared. Forget it. Thinking about these matters now is too far-fetched. Lin Yuan reined in his thoughts and began to look at the space-time around him, his expression revealing a trace of excitement. The space-time of this origin source is displaying directions entirely different from those of the main universe and the chaos void. Lin Yuan carefully observed the minutiae of space-time, while comparing them to those of the main universe and the chaos void. Hum. Countless sparks of enlightenment surged in Lin Yuan's mind, feeling his understanding of space-time advancing in a terrifying manner. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know. Report so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 988 The True Appearance of the Mysterious Gourd. Please subscribe. Your understanding transcends the heavens, feeling different dimensions and different time-space facets, greatly enhancing your comprehension of time-space. Lin Yuan immersed himself in the temporal and spatial fluctuations around him. Each thread of fluctuation in his eyes was perfect, distinctly different from the fluctuations of the chaos void, yet existing on the same level. In just half a day, Lin Yuan's comprehension of the seventh realm of time and space elevated from the initial stage to the middle stage. This is too exaggerated. Lin Yuan steadied his spirit, his mind extremely delighted. 4 ordinary sovereign beings to advance from the initial to the middle stage of the seventh realm, it would take at least several cosmic eras if not dozens. Even for Lin Yuan, who possesses against heaven's understanding, after entering the 12th phase and seeing a surge in his speed of comprehension, he thought it would take thousands of years to achieve. This was already considered extremely fast. 1,000 years in the cosmos is just a few years passing in the chaos void. But now, it only took half a day? No wonder those beings of the 13th dimension of time long to explore other dimensional worlds, thought Lin Yuan. The faces revealed by the rules between different dimensional worlds may differ, and the different facets of these rules play a crucial role in elevating one's own rules comprehension to perfect levels. What is the difference between temporal beings and perfect time beings? Perfection. Every aspect of a perfect time being is perfect. The rules they comprehend, their physical bodies and souls, all embody perfection and encompass everything. The many-dimension worlds Lin Yuan had arrived at through his numerous journeys, all fell below the dimensional plane of the main universe. Even the immortal realm was barely on the same level as the main universe, but still far inferior to the chaos void. If the planes were not on the level of the main universe and chaos void, the aspects of the rules they operate under are naturally mostly encompassed by the rules of the chaos void. But this origin world? In terms of the speed of time flow, it is not inferior to the chaos void, and the aspects of its operating rules are even in different directions compared to those of the chaos void. And the operation of rules in different directions creates an unprecedented impact for someone like Lin Yuan, who possesses against heaven's understanding. This is wondrous. So this is what the golden rule is like? Not merely symbolizing sharpness? And the water rule? It also has an extremely destructive side. Lin Yuan was mesmerized. The operation of the rules in this origin world represents a completely different path of cultivation. Not just another way, but another grand pathway of cultivation, wholly different from the path in the main universe's chaos void. It's like having the same mathematical problem and seeing different solutions, which has an unimaginable impact on understanding the essence of the problem. Focusing most of his mind on comprehending the origin rules of this origin world, Lin Yuan began to scrutinize himself. Name, Yu Yan, Lin Yuan. Identity, holder of the Myriad Realms Gate. Binded talent, against heaven's understanding, divine skills, blood rebirth, divine skills, mountain moving, divine skills, strengthening, divine skills, element body, divine skills, world, divine skills, sky ripping, current status, consciousness arrival, remaining duration of stay, none. The duration of stay is none? Does this mean there's no limit to my stay in this world? Until death or choosing to return voluntarily? Lin Yuan thought to himself. Also, this arrival, having split off almost half of my real true spirit consciousness, does this body of mine now strictly no longer count as an incarnation but rather a clone? Lin Yuan speculated in his mind. With so much true spirit consciousness, even if Lin Yuan's true body in the main universe's chaos void perished, he would not die. Essentially there is no difference from his true self now. Another boost to my survival means. Lin Yuan nodded slightly. The true terror of the myriad realms gate after the 12th phase had just begun to show. What I need to do now is continue perfecting my martial Tao path according to the operation of this origin world's rules, Lin Yuan thought to himself. As the rules of different dimensional worlds vary, showing different aspects, martial Tao naturally also needs to adapt to different extents. And when martial Tao reaches the stage where it can exert full strength in any dimensional world, that will be Lin Yuan's moment stepping into the realm of perfect time beings. The path of perfect time beings is universal across the myriad worlds and endless dimensional planes, requiring no adaptation, no perfecting, because they are inherently the most perfect. I wonder, what divine skills will this physical body awaken to? Lin Yuan anticipated inwardly. Consolidating bloodline power to birth physical body divine abilities is a unique advantage of the martial Tao cultivation system. From the several awakenings of physical body divine abilities before, Lin Yuan concluded. The strength of the physical body divine abilities is related during this traversal. Lin Yuan's residence time in the Feng Yuan world was not limited. He had plenty of time to expend. Dongyang family. Dongyang Meng stood there quietly, her appearance strikingly beautiful. That Yu family boy truly has a large fate. He even withstood our clan's black descent power. The patriarch of the Dongyang clan frowned from his throne. CTH Novelfire. NT website on Google to access chapters of novels early and in the highest quality. After Dongyang Meng lured out Yu Yan, the main powerhouses of the Dongyang clan didn't make a move to avoid alarming the Yu family. Instead, they utilized the black descent power crafted by an ancestor of the Dongyang family and struck Yu Yan with it. The black descent power, an ultimate destructive force, meant that even with the protection of various Yu family assets, Yu Yan should not have been able to endure for long. Yet, he actually managed to survive until reaching his family. However, even though he has survived, he will need decades to recover. Next, the disciple spot for Lord Qingfen can only belong to our Dongyang family. A smile emerged on the face of the patriarch of the Dongyang clan. As long as Dongyang Meng can become a disciple under Lord Qingfen, the Dongyang family will ascend to great heights, becoming a top-tier family. At that time, the Yu family, originally a formidable foe, will no longer have the qualifications to challenge the Dongyang family. Menger, you need not feel guilty about that Yu family boy. You and he are not of the same level, said the patriarch of the Dongyang clan, comforting Dongyang Meng. As long as I can become a disciple of Lord Qingfen, any sacrifice is worth it, said Dongyang Meng softly. Xianhuang's secret realm. Lin Yuan summoned the six-armed figure. Master. The six-armed figure was extremely respectful. Since Lin Yuan stepped into the 12th layer, revealing many of his formidable capabilities, the six-armed figure had come to regard Lin Yuan as the next Xianhuang. If this universe faces a great destruction, how many lives can the Xianhuang's secret realm sustain? Lin Yuan inquired. In the face of a great cosmic destruction, multiple preparations are needed. The strongest beings of human civilization, carrying a portion of their population, and the Xianhuang secret realm, can also sustain a part of the population. How many lives? The six-armed figure hesitated. If it's life beneath the 12th layer, at most it can sustain 100 billion, said the six-armed figure in a low voice. After the great cosmic destruction, everything will revert to the initial state of chaos, and the Xianhuang secret realm will shrink rapidly, with a capacity of 100 billion lives being the limit. What about the 12th layer? Lin Yuan continued to inquire. For the 12th layer at most 10, the six-armed figure reported truthfully. Every 12th layer being is under the critical watch of the cosmic origin consciousness. The loss of one or two 12th layer beings is manageable, But more than 10? The Xianhuang secret realm might even become the target of the cosmic origin. The methods of Xianhuang are unfathomable. With a wave of his hand, he created 33,333 Xianhuang secret realms, integrating them into different universes. But after all, they are merely integrated, not the universe itself. Understood. Lin Yuan nodded, acknowledging that the Xianhuang secret realm could completely serve as humanity's fallback. At worst, they could become the second robber clan, enduring until the next cosmic era, as long as the lineage of human civilization continues. Of course, even after the great cosmic destruction, Lin Yuan would leave behind a willful incarnation in the Xianhuang secret realm, both as a means to control this realm and as his own life-saving resource. The Xianhuang secret realm isolates causal spacetime, and being inside the universe, its safety level is only slightly lower than the origin world. Another thing, Lin Yuan suddenly stated. Please speak, master, immediately responded the six-armed figure. Do you recognize this golden box? An image of the golden box purchased at the Thousand Treasures Convention appeared before Lin Yuan, bearing the unique mark of the profound Xianhuang. This is. The six-armed figure examined the golden box carefully. With its expression continuously changing, it spoke. It's a treasure of our profound Xianhuang lineage. Each of these boxes has been personally crafted by His Majesty Xianhuang, each containing relics crucial to the lineage of profound Xianhuang. Personally crafted by His Majesty Xianhuang? Lin Yuan's expression turned solemn, the origin of this golden box being even more significant than he had thought. Initially, it was regarded as a precious treasure of the profound Xianhuang lineage, but personally crafted by His Majesty Xianhuang? What stature does His Majesty Xianhuang hold? Could the box he personally crafted be a simple object? Even the Xianhuang secret realm was merely an incidental creation by His Majesty Xianhuang, crafting over 30,000 in one go. How can it be opened? Lin Yuan asked. I am not sure, the six-armed figure shook its head. Master, you only need to probe with the aura of your Xianhuang mark. As long as it meets the requirements to open, the box will naturally open. Lin Yuan, having taken charge of a Xianhuang secret realm, held the identity of a successor of His Majesty Xianhuang, an identity that could be confirmed by the Xianhuang mark within him. Having acquired the desired answers from the six-armed figure, Lin Yuan was about to continue his cultivation and enlightenment. The rules operating in different facets of the origin world brought profound impacts to Lin Yuan, with new insights emerging nearly every moment. Just then, Lin Yuan's expression subtly changed. A gourd. Lin Yuan extended his right hand, and a palm-sized gourd appeared. Since Lin Yuan ascended to the 12th layer, his internal world transformed into an internal universe, and this mysterious gourd began a kind of transformation, which was now nearly complete. This is. Lin Yuan held the gourd. A massive amount of information surged from within the gourd into his mind. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know. Report so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 989. The Structure of the Universe Within. Please subscribe. Lin Yuan looked at the gourd in his hand. At this moment, the gourd was no longer the original gray-purple color. Instead, it had become a translucent jade color. Pure. Flawless. Lin Yuan gently stroked it, and a mass of information surged from the gourd into his mind. This jade gourd. A look of astonishment appeared on Lin Yuan's face. The information conveyed by the transformed jade gourd was not difficult to comprehend. The general idea was, since Lin Yuan had awakened the gourd to its current state, he must have already absorbed the previous 7 types of divine liquid, completing the most basic foundation setting. To fully refine the jade gourd, one must comprehend the 3,333 symbols contained within the space of the gourd within a cosmic era. Only by doing so could one completely control the jade gourd and obtain the greatest benefits contained within it. After absorbing the 7 colored liquids, allowing the inner world to break through its shackles and expand to 23 times its original size, is this merely completing the most basic foundation? Ripples stirred in Lin Yuan's heart. Until now, even after spending time on the ancient Ming Chaos continent, he had never heard of any methods that could enhance the fundamental size of the world within a life form, let alone an expansion by 23-fold. This gourd. Lin Yuan steadied his mind. Since he had obtained the gourd, he had made various guesses and speculations, but he had never expected it to be like this. 3,333 symbols. Lin Yuan hesitated for a moment, and then sent a sliver of his primordial spirit, attempting to penetrate into the gourd. The next moment, Lin Yuan found himself in a vast expanse, where the oppressive feeling of space was terrifying to the extreme. A single strike, which could destroy a galaxy in the universe, could only break a stone here. The space-time rule along with many pillar rules, as well as the fundamental structure of this world. Lin Yuan's expression was slightly stern. Just this world alone made him extremely solemn. Where are the symbols? Lin Yuan looked around. According to the information passed on by the jade gourd, he would enter the world within the gourd, yet he had to comprehend the 3,333 symbols. At that moment, the power of the world converged, forming a figure. This figure stood there quietly, surrounded by dozens and hundreds of faint temporal rivers flowing around. Perhaps it wasn't that the temporal rivers were faint, but rather that the figure was too immense, only appearing to be of normal stature in front of Lin Yuan. His hair was twisted and bent, as if containing endless time and space. Even as a mere projection, it exuded a sense that could collapse everything. CTH novel, F. Iyer. At website on Google to access chapters of novels early and in the highest quality. I've lost track of how long I've lived, a life of ease and carefree. The figure spoke indifferently. Until one day, I suddenly felt that I should leave something behind for this dimension. After all, I was born here. Leaving nothing would be somewhat inappropriate. This dimension? Lin Yuan was shocked. An existence described by the term dimension must be at an unimaginably high level of life. The chaos void is vast and boundless, and this boundless chaos void is just a part of that dimension, perhaps as a main body, but the concept of dimension is definitely greater than that of the chaos void. The many worlds Lin Yuan had traversed in the past all originated from other dimensions. After much thought, I crafted 33 jade gourds and scattered them everywhere. Those who are fated will obtain them. Each jade gourd contains my Tao, my laws, my foundation, my core. And this jade gourd represents my very foundation. I have always believed the foundation is extremely important. With a solid foundation, even if the Tao practiced or laws cultivated are slightly weaker, it can be compensated for by the foundation. A solid foundation makes everything easier for life. The figure said with a faint smile. Foundation. Lin Yuan's expression turned thoughtful. Although he did not know what foundation the figure was referring to, it should relate to the inner world or inner universe through the 7 kinds of liquids from the mystical gourd previously. If that was indeed the case, then what this figure said was truly accurate. Even before stepping into the second layer, having an inner world several dozen times larger than other beings of the same level allowed him to sweep through them with ease. So what if his understanding of rules wasn't as profound as others? With a vast inner world and abundant strength from the world's power, he could break all laws with force. Of course, all along, Lin Yuan's strongest aspect was his rule comprehension. With against heaven's understanding, comprehending rules was easier than ever for him. Don't rush. You can only obtain what I have left behind by fully refining the jade gourd. To refine the jade gourd, you must comprehend the 3,333 symbols I have left within one cosmic era. If you haven't comprehended these 3,333 symbols, or if the time taken exceeds one cosmic era, it just means you are not suitable for the path of my foundation. At that time, the jade gourd will vanish and randomly appear anywhere in this dimension, awaiting the next fated individual. After speaking, the figure smiled faintly. And with that, he directly dispersed into thousands of symbols, floating within this world. The jade gourd will disappear if I can't comprehend it? Lin Yuan tensed up. By now he knew that the one who left the jade gourd could very well be the legendary 13th layer temporal being. An item left by a temporal being would make a group of chaos great saints envious and even fight to the death over it. If possible, he certainly didn't want the jade gourd to disappear. With a cosmic era as the time limit, the difficulty of comprehending these symbols must be incredibly high, Lin Yuan thought to himself. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc. Please let us know report so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 990. The Structure of the Inner Universe. Please subscribe. _2 This means that the 13th order temporal being believes that anyone who comprehends all the runes within a cosmic era is qualified to completely control this jade gourd. These runes. After a moment of contemplation, Lin Yuan looked at the more than 3,000 runes floating in the heaven and earth. Each rune was the size of a fist, but vaguely, It seemed like a universe unto itself. One rune is equal to one universe? Lin Yuan let out a breath of relief. Doesn't that mean that 3,333 runes are equivalent to 3,333 universes? Equivalent to 3,333 Chaos Venerables? Not exactly one universe, Lin Yuan carefully observed, his gaze continuously sweeping over each rune. Each rune represents the unique structure of a certain universe, and strictly speaking, the 3,333 runes explicate 3,333 types of cosmic structures. The essence of the origin source in the universe is the same, but the structures differ, the microcosmic arrangements differ, and the universes that are ultimately formed are also completely different. Just like the basic element carbon, different ways of structuring carbon can lead to vastly different substances like diamond and coal. It is the same with universes. Universes also have so many ways of structuring? Lin Yuan gazed at the 3,333 runes, astounded in his heart. No matter which type of structure, the universe that is finally formed is far superior to the home universe where Lin Yuan resides. Why are you not hasting to comprehend the first rune? What are you hesitating for? A childish voice came through, only to see a red-dressed girl with jejune features and two sky-piercing braids appeared not far away, looking at Lin Yuan with boredom and reminded him. Who are you? Lin Yuan looked at the red-dressed girl. Compared to the figure that condensed earlier, the red-dressed girl was more like a living being. That figure was clearly just an image, without the slightest consciousness. Who am I? If you can pass the test, you are my master, and I will assist you in cultivating the inheritance left by my old master. The red-dressed girl rolled her eyes. You don't think that you alone, without any guidance, can cultivate the inheritance left by the old master, do you? So that's how it is. Lin Yuan suddenly understood. The red-dressed girl should be similar to a teacher role, prepared by the being who left behind the jade gourd for those who come after, to guide them on how to cultivate the inheritance within the jade gourd. How great was my old master! Even the foundational inheritance he left behind is as difficult to cultivate as ascending to the heavens, and without me by your side to give pointers, there's even less hope. The red-dressed girl stood with her chest puffed out, speaking proudly. Understood. Lin Yuan nodded. Indeed, this was the case. Many inheritances of human civilization also come with a vast array of guidance. To cultivate on one's own would make it difficult to achieve anything significant. It's good that you understand my importance. The red-dressed girl continued. These 3,333 runes represent 3,333 different cosmic structural laws. As for the use, the red-dressed girl said, it's to integrate them into your inner cosmos, to allow your inner cosmos to possess all the advantages of these 3,333 cosmic structural laws. The red-dressed girl explained. Inner cosmos. Lin Yuan also thought of this point. An inner cosmos of the same size and area, its quality is determined by the cosmic structure. The more perfect the cosmic structure, the more profound the foundation of the inner cosmos, which is the strongest foundation of a 12th-order life. Of course, each method of inner cosmic structure is incredibly complex, and the difficulty of fully comprehending them is imaginable. The cosmos is vast and limitless, and so are the methods of construction within it. This is precisely why the time limit given by the owner of the Jade Gourd is a cosmic era. If I can comprehend these 3,333 cosmic structural laws and then integrate them into my inner cosmos, what level will my inner cosmos reach? Lin Yuan suddenly had a thought and asked. Comprehend the 3,333 cosmic structural laws? The red-dressed girl blinked. You haven't even begun, and you're already thinking about what happens after comprehension? However, if you truly can do so, your inner cosmos will probably be close to the level of a normal Chaos Realm's inner cosmos, right? The red-dressed girl thought for a moment, then explained nonetheless. She too hoped that Lin Yuan could comprehend all the runes within a cosmic era, meaning she could also gain a certain degree of freedom, without having to be trapped inside the Jade Gourd for long, endless cosmic eras. An inner cosmos close to a normal Chaos Realm? Lin Yuan took a deep breath. A universe within the body of a normal Chaos Venerable? It meant that Lin Yuan could withstand the surge of power during the cosmic catastrophe, and if that were true, he alone could carry most of human civilization through the cosmic disaster. For now, you should stop thinking too much and strive to comprehend all the runes within one cosmic era. The girl in red reminded him again. No problem. Sar the Novel Fire. Net ** website on Google to access chapters of novels early and in the highest quality. Lin Yuan nodded. Cosmic starry skies. Lin Yuan revealed his figure. A palace the size of a fist appeared before him. It was the ultimate defense palace activated by the Yu clan ultimate, at the pinnacle of the path-splitting realm. Inside, it suppressed dozens of 12-stage ultimates from this universe. The cosmic catastrophe is imminent, and there's no need to continue this stalemate with these 12-stage ultimates. Lin Yuan looked at the imposing palace. According to Lin Yuan's original plan, he intended to continue suppressing the dozens of ultimates inside the palace until he stepped into the Chaos realm, reaching the level of a Chaos Great Saint. Then, resolve them all together. His home universe was still far from a normal cosmic catastrophe. With Lin Yuan's speed of cultivation, he was quite confident in becoming a Chaos Venerable before the arrival of the cosmic catastrophe, although not daring to claim he would become a Chaos Great Saint. But the fight between two Chaos Great Saints caused the cosmic catastrophe to arrive ahead of time. Under such circumstances, Lin Yuan faced two choices regarding the dozens of 12-stage ultimates inside the palace. One was to continue ignoring them until the cosmic catastrophe came, then casually throw the palace into the depths of the universe, allowing the dozens of 12-stage ultimates to perish with the universe. But this choice seemed slightly wasteful. At the very least, the palace itself at the pinnacle of the path-splitting realm, as well as the many weapons, treasures, and rarities of the dozens of 12-stage ultimates inside, would be lost. Thus, the second choice emerged. Lin Yuan planned to release the dozens of 12-stage ultimates, providing that they surrender all their weapons, treasures, and rarities, along with the treasury and the ultimate defense palace at the pinnacle of the path-splitting realm. This choice equated to maximizing benefits. As for any potential threats from the released 12-stage ultimates, with Lin Yuan's current strength, any avatar he casually condensed would possess the true might of the pinnacle of the path-splitting realm. Thus, even if these 12-stage ultimates were released, they would only quiver in hiding in corners. Rustling. With a subtle thought from Lin Yuan, the seal on the palace in front of him slightly faded. Galaxy's mightiest, we are willing to surrender 90% of our weapons, treasures, and rarities, just to ask for your mercy in letting us out, one voice said. Yes, Galaxy's mightiest, as long as you release us, I am willing to submit to human civilization, another offered. Indeed, Galaxy's mightiest, we were wrong, a third admitted. From inside the palace, the pleas of dozens of 12-stage ultimates could be heard. They were truly scared, worried that Lin Yuan would wait for the cosmic catastrophe to come and throw the palace that suppressed all the 12-stage existences into the depths of the universe. In such a case, all the 12-stage beings would die. Who could withstand the successive rounds of destruction brought by the cosmic disaster? Want to get out? I can let you go, Lin Yuan said. Lin Yuan looked toward the dozens of 12-stage inside the palace, who at this moment posed no threat to him whatsoever. If not for the universe's own suppression, even the palace's defense at the pinnacle of the path-splitting realm could not withstand Lin Yuan's murderous intent. You can let us out? Upon hearing these words, all of the 12-stage ultimates were somewhat stupefied. But you have to hand over all the 12-stage weapons, treasures, and rarities, Lin Yuan stated. I am willing. I am willing. I am willing too. Inside the palace, many 12-stage ultimates agreed without a second thought, without any hesitation. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know report so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 991. A test of a cosmic era, you understood in 1 year? Subscribe requested. Handing over all 12-layer weapons, treasures and rarities, for the many ultimate beings of the 12th layer, is a price too unbearable. The likelihood of surviving the cosmic cataclysm would drastically decrease. But without handing them over, there wouldn't even be a chance to endure the cosmic cataclysm. How to choose? The many ultimate beings of the 12th layer are naturally clear in their hearts. In fact, during the period of being suppressed in the palace, many of the 12th layer's ultimate beings were already very dissatisfied. If they had agreed to the Galaxy Master's terms initially, handed over 90% of the 12th layer weapons, treasures and rarities, and submitted to human civilization, all would be well. Yet some of the 12th layer's ultimate beings were unwilling, wanting to revolt. Revolt. What would the result be? Therefore, when faced with Lin Yuan's new conditions, not a single 12th layer's ultimate being dared to hesitate. Hand them over first. Lin Yuan spoke up. Sar the novel _fire. at website on Google to access chapters of novels early and in the highest quality. At this moment, the several dozen 12th-layer ultimate beings within the palace were nothing more than chicken ribs to Lin Yuan. The arrival of the cosmic cataclysm. If Lin Yuan continued to carry the palace and the several dozen 12th-layer ultimate beings with him, he would face the backlash and suppression of a vast majority of the cosmic origin source. It's equivalent to Lin Yuan helping the several dozen 12th-layer ultimate beings to withstand the cosmic cataclysm. Hand them over first? Inside the palace, the several dozen 12th-layer ultimate beings hesitated slightly. To hand over the treasures and rarities first, what if the galaxy's strongest beings back out later and don't let them go? I trust the galaxy's strongest beings. A 12th-layer ultimate being from the Star Alliance thought for a moment and resolutely took out all the treasures and rarities. Now they don't have the capital to negotiate with the galaxy's strongest beings. He even felt that being given the chance to be released by the galaxy's strongest beings was a grace. Out you go! Lin Yuan collected the treasures and rarities and immediately transported the ultimate being from the Star Alliance out. Thank you, galaxy's strongest being. The Star Alliance's ultimate being ecstatically said, thanking repeatedly before his figure disappeared instantly. In the palace, one by one, the 12th-layer ultimate beings, seeing this, immediately offered up all their treasures and rarities, and then they were transported out, one by one. Remember, the universe now is the territory of human civilization, Lin Yuan rarely reminded. Rest assured, galaxy's strongest being, we definitely will not violate the rules of human civilization, numerous 12th-layer ultimate beings hastily said. Violate the rules? The Galaxy Master could suppress them once, and he could suppress them twice, 3 times. Watching one by one as the 12th-layer ultimate beings disappeared, Lin Yuan's expression remained calm. These 12th-layer ultimate beings, having lost their weapons and treasures, the chance of surviving the cosmic cataclysm is probably only 20 to 30%. And even if they do survive, if they dare show any malice, Lin Yuan still has dozens of incarnations, waiting outside the universe. Compared to inside the universe, those 12th-layer ultimate beings are facing Lin Yuan, who is greatly suppressed by the cosmic origin source in every aspect. Outside the universe, even just one incarnation, the means deployed far exceed those inside the universe. That's when true despair sets in. These weapons, treasures, and rarities. Lin Yuan glanced at the items offered by the dozens of 12th-tier ultimate beings and slightly nodded. All the weapons, arms, treasures, and rare items together were worth close to 100,000 chaos stones, equivalent to the fortune of a normal sovereign realm powerhouse. At the Thousand Treasures Convention on ancient Ming Chaos Continent, Lin Yuan had spent 30,000 chaos stones to buy that golden box. Now it seemed he had recouped his investment. Chaos Void. Lin Yuan's gaze was profound. After the great annihilation of the universe, what the human civilization needed to do was to find a new homeland in the Chaos Void as quickly as possible, then establish and develop there. As for continuing to live in the internal universe, the internal universe cannot breed true powerhouses. No matter from the origin source, the internal universe is far inferior to the real cosmic starry skies, let alone the Chaos Void. Up to now, any 12th-tier life in the universe, whether special life or clan life, all originated from within the universe. As for the internal universe, its limit has been directly defined. With the current foundation of human civilization, it should be no problem to buy a piece of continental fragment next to ancient Ming Chaos Continent. Lin Yuan thought to himself. The new homeland of human civilization naturally emphasizes safety, and the nearby large area is naturally the safest around ancient Ming Chaos Continent. The volume of ancient Ming Chaos Continent is equivalent to tens of universes, and naturally, there are some continental fragments surrounding it. Equivalent to a part of ancient Ming Chaos Continent, even if ancient Ming Chaos Continent moves and sets sail, it will carry the surrounding fragments with it. Virtual world. Lin Shouqing and Lu Qiong, the couple, were full of worries. Lin Yi also stood obediently to the side. Xiao Yuan, what exactly is going on now? Why have many citizens of Kanglin's star started to migrate? Lu Qiong asked in a low voice. Yes, migrate? To where? Lin Shouqing couldn't help asking. According to the plan devised by Xianyuan Supreme and the other 9 Supremes, only about 1% of all citizens of the human civilization would be able to be moved into the internal universe. And Kanglin's star. Because of Lin Yuan, all citizens of Kanglin's star were able to obtain migration rights. Moving to another universe. Lin Yuan simply said. In order to prevent the citizens from reacting too violently, Xianyuan Supreme along with other 9 Supremes had not disclosed the reason for the migration. After all, the great annihilation of the universe was truly unimaginable. Why move to another universe? Lu Qiong was still puzzled. Don't talk about this matter externally. Lin Yuan looked at his parents. Under his protection, his parents would definitely survive safely. Not only his parents' relatives, but even the entire Kanglin star, Qikuan star domain, had their fierce competition reduced or even avoided under Lin Yuan's influence. This universe is about to be destroyed. Lin Yuan said. The universe is about to be destroyed? Lin Shouqing and Lu Qiong were a bit baffled. In their eyes, the universe was vast and endless. Even if it had a day of destruction, it seemed incredibly distant. Due to external influences on the universe, I will send you into my universe in a while, where life on Kanglin star won't be much different. Lin Yuan said. His internal universe currently has almost reached 8 million light-years in radius. For the vast majority of citizens of human civilization, 8 million light-years in the complete cosmic starry skies wouldn't make much difference. Brother, the universe is being destroyed. Can even you not prevent it? Lin Yi quietly said from the side. She had previously obtained some information about the demise of the universe from the Xia family. Hearing Lin Yuan personally pronounce it, although shocked, she quickly recovered. Unable to stop. Lin Yuan fell silent for a moment, shaking his head as he spoke. Now, he seemed too insignificant before the two Chaos Great Saints. Not only him, but Shadow Demon Great Saint and Nine Phoenix Great Saint, having battled all this way, countless cosmos collapsed and perished prematurely because of it. Xianhuang's secret realm. Inside the Jade Gourd. Lin Yuan looked serious, reaching for a rune and carefully examining it in front of him. Originally, facing the massive destruction of the universe, 99% of human civilization was doomed to die. But these 3,333 runes gave Lin Yuan hope. Merging all the runes' cosmic structural advantages, it could not only allow more human citizens to survive, but it also had an unimaginable boosting effect on Lin Yuan's strength. Peak of path-splitting realm. Possessing a universe within the body close to Chaos Realm? What does that imply? Not to mention being comparable to Chaos Venerables. At the very least it must be an invincible presence in the Master Realm, right? Cosmic structure. Lin Yuan immersed his entire mind into it. At that moment, he no longer perceived the rules, even putting aside the complete refining of Martial Tao's control chapter, focusing all his efforts on understanding the complex runes before him. Your comprehension defies nature. Observing the mystical runes, significantly enhancing your understanding of the cosmic structure. New insights continuously burst forth in Lin Yuan's mind. A complete model of cosmic structure emerged within his mind. Quickly refined. Swiftly formed. Not far away. A girl in red was lying bored next to a giant rock, legs crossed, glancing at Lin Yuan. So boring, I really want to talk to someone. The girl in red felt troubled, as she truly wished Lin Yuan could spare time from interpreting runes to chat with her. But she also knew that would hinder the progress of comprehension. Interpreting these 3,333 runes within a cosmic era is undeniably arduous. Just endure it. Better not to disturb him. After some inner conflict, the girl in red decided against seeking Lin Yuan for a chat. What if she caused Lin Yuan to fail, continuing to be trapped in this place for endless years? The first rune is the simplest of all. Normally speaking, it would take about 10 million years to interpret it. The girl in red looked at Lin Yuan and the floating rune in front of him, thinking to herself. However, the next moment, under the gaze of the girl in red, the rune in front of Lin Yuan slowly dissipated. Ha! The girl in red was stunned. The rune dissolved? These runes left by her old master could only dissolve when fully comprehended. Fully comprehended? Did Lin Yuan comprehend the first rune? The girl in red suddenly realized it, her expression incredulous. How long has it been? He figured out the first rune already? The girl in red found it hard to believe. It must be a coincidence. Perhaps the universe of his homeland has a similar cosmic structure. Thinking quickly, although the 3,333 runes were created by the owner of the Jade Gourd, among the countless universes bred in the Chaos Void, it's inevitable that similar structured universes exist. If Lin Yuan happened to be born in such a universe, quickly comprehending the first rune could be somewhat explained. The girl in red continued to watch Lin Yuan. An hour later, the second rune disappeared. The girl in red fell silent. Could it be Lin Yuan's luck was so good, encountering two similar universe-structured runes? 2 hours later. The third rune disappeared. 5 hours later. The fourth rune disappeared. 1 day later. The 58th rune disappeared. 1 month later. The 362nd rune disappeared. Half a year later. The 2000th rune disappeared. 1 year later. The 3300th rune disappeared. Since Lin Yuan quickly comprehended the first rune, the girl in red had shifted from leaning against a giant rock to sitting and then standing, watching him with utmost seriousness. She watched as each rune quickly disappeared. Initially scattered throughout the heavens and earth, thousands of runes were now almost all gone. Only a few dozen lonely runes were left floating around. 1 year. The girl in red calculated the time. Given Lin Yuan's efficiency in comprehending runes, the remaining few dozen might not take much longer. That means the original standard set by the Jade Gourd's master was a cosmic era, but Lin Yuan cracked it in just 1 year? If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know report so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 992 Refining the Jade Gourd. Subscribe please. Sigh. Lin Yuan gently closed his eyes as the last symbol runes slowly dissipated. At this moment, the universe inside the Jade Gourd was utterly empty. Not a single symbol rune floated any longer. 3,333 types of internal universe structures. In Lin Yuan's mind, many details of the symbol runes emerged. He had now thoroughly comprehended all the runes. No wonder one needs to comprehend all 3,333 symbol runes to pass the test. Lin Yuan pondered with a thought. The 3,333 symbol runes represented the same number of universe construction methods. CTH Novelfire. Net website on Google to access chapters of novels early and in the highest quality. In fact, after fully understanding them, Lin Yuan faintly realized that these methods of universe construction complemented and fitted together perfectly. The universe that could ultimately be constructed would reach some unimaginably high degree. This is the foundation, the Real Foundation. Lin Yuan's eyes widened in astonishment. An internal universe within the path-splitting realm, nearly on par with that of a Chaos Venerable, whose foundation could compare. This is too incredible. Lin Yuan's thoughts spread out. With his against heaven's understanding, he had only barely managed to decipher the mysteries within the runes after spending a great deal of mental effort and energy. But if it were like the being that created the Jade Gourd, able to concoct these methods of universe construction out of thin air, at least for now, Lin Yuan saw no hope in managing to do so, not with more time or any possibility of completion. Of course, the main reason was that Lin Yuan's life level had not reached that height. It was his realm that limited his against heaven's understanding. Is this a Tier 13 temporal life form? Lin Yuan mused internally. Although various messages conveyed by the Jade Gourd and the words revealed by the girl in red never mentioned the creator's level of power, Lin Yuan was very certain that the creator of the Jade Gourd was not something even a supreme chaos great saint could compare with. A Tier 13 temporal life form could already see through many timelines, know parts of the past, present, and future. Their vision was fundamentally different from other life forms. Whoosh! While Lin Yuan was still immersed in the many runes he had just comprehended, the girl in red appeared before him in an instant. Have you contemplated these symbol runes before? The girl in red could not help but ask. The symbol runes within the Jade Gourd were left by its creator, and logically, there should be no leaks whatsoever. At most, 1 or 2 symbol runes might resemble those born naturally from the Chaos Void. But 1 or 2 resemblances might accelerate understanding. Could all the runes be similar? That's why the girl in red asked. Compared to the leakage of symbol imprints, Lin Yuan spending just a year to thoroughly understand what the founder of the Jade Gourd had left behind for an entire cosmic era seemed more plausible. The girl in red still felt the possibility of rune leakage was higher. Encountered these runes before? Lin Yuan was slightly startled, then immediately shook his head and said, "No, this is also my first time seeing these runes, they're too amazing." Lin Yuan spoke with admiration. Only after understanding these runes did he realize how difficult it was to create them and what level of essence the universe must attain. "You are quite amazing too," the girl in red said after a moment of silence. The creator of the Jade Gourd was amazing because it was a great temporal life form that could see through the past and future, knowing the birth to the destruction of countless universes, thus able to forge so many universe construction methods. But Lin Yuan? The girl in red did not know Lin Yuan's exact strength or realm, but she was very sure he was not of the 13th tier, not even of the Chaos Realm. Such a youngster in just 1 year had comprehended all the runes, causing the girl in red's understanding to nearly collapse. What should I do now? Lin Yuan inquired. Now that he had comprehended all the symbols, what was he supposed to do next? Since you've already comprehended all the runes, you naturally can go ahead and refine the jade gourd, said the girl in red. Although it was unbelievably quick for Lin Yuan to comprehend the runes, comprehension was comprehension, meeting the standard to refine the jade gourd. And after refining the jade gourd, he would be able to acquire the complete foundational inheritance within. This inheritance, once cultivated to the extreme, would make one's foundation incredibly profound. Absorbing 7 colors of liquid would cause the internal universe to expand to 23 times its original size. So, after cultivating this foundational inheritance, how much more vast would one's internal universe be compared to others at the same level of life? Refine the jade gourd? Lin Yuan tried to extend the power of his internal universe into the jade gourd, but he found that he could not touch the origin source of the jade gourd at all. With the current power of your internal universe, you naturally cannot refine the jade gourd, said the girl in red, noticing Lin Yuan's attempt at refinement, and immediately spoke. You must integrate all 3,333 symbol runes, with the universe construction methods they contain, into your own internal universe before you can refine the jade gourd. Only after integrating the internal universe construction within all the runes would the internal universe undergo a fundamental transformation. Only then would he have the foundation to refine the jade gourd. Don't worry, there's no time limit, you can take it slow, the girl in red explained. According to the standards left by the creator of the jade gourd, understanding the runes must be confined within a single cosmic era, while integrating all symbol runes into one's own internal universe had no such restrictions. Be it 1 cosmic era or 10, all was fine. Even though you have not yet refined the jade gourd, you can still manage to control some of its functions and can send me into your internal universe to guide you on how to integrate the universe construction faster and better, the girl in red immediately said. The construction of the universe is incredibly vast and complicated. A slight alteration could potentially set off a domino effect, causing the entire universe to begin collapsing. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know report so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 993 Refining the Jade Gourd, subscribe please. _2 However, after fully understanding all runes, Lin Yuan is essentially finding a fixed template. As long as he alters according to the rune structures, no accidents will occur. Of course, receiving guidance would certainly be faster. No problem. Lin Yuan nodded. He indeed had no particular wariness towards the red-clothed girl toddler. If the creator of the jade gourd truly bore any killing intent towards him, there was no need for such complications. A mere thought could suppress Lin Yuan. Even a universe birthed from the chaos void cannot withstand it. Yet now, even beings of the time-life level in the 13th layer could not completely annihilate him. Because he has an avatar in the Yuan world, and upon entering the 12th layer, more functionalities of the Myriad Realms Gate were unearthed. Descending to the Yuan world consumed nearly half of Lin Yuan's true spirit consciousness, which is equivalent to another great avatar. Even if the original body in Chaos Void perishes, it would not affect the avatar in the Yuan world. With the means of the 13th layer time-life level, one could effortlessly annihilate all of Lin Yuan's original body and primordial spirit avatars in this Chaos Void. But in the Yuan world? The Yuan world and Chaos Void exist in different dimensions, and even for beings of the 13th layer time-life level, it is challenging to cross over. Beings at this level are only in the exploratory stage concerning other dimensional spaces. Lin Yuan can descend easily to the Yuan world by leveraging the power of the Myriad Realms Gate. Without the Myriad Realms Gate, invading other dimensions would face unimaginable resistance, and even the 13th layer time-life entities would be helpless against it. Russell. Lin Yuan barely managed to control the jade gourd and let the red-clothed girl toddler enter his internal universe. The moment the red-clothed girl toddler left the jade gourd and sensed the external atmosphere, a look of relief appeared on her face. She didn't know how long it had been since she last felt the true fluctuations emitted by the chaos void. To the red-clothed girl toddler, these fluctuations were an unparalleled indulgence. The life level is only at the path-splitting realm? Suddenly, the red-clothed girl toddler sensed Lin Yuan's life aura, and as the spirit of the jade gourd, her perception even exceeded some chaos great saints. Path-splitting realm? The red-clothed girl toddler fell into silence again. the path-splitting realm, and he figured out all the runes? And it only took him 1 year? The next moment, the red-clothed girl toddler entered Lin Yuan's internal universe. Nearly 8 million light-years? The red-clothed girl toddler was slightly surprised. However, thinking about the time Lin Yuan took to comprehend all the runes, she quickly became calm again. An internal universe of the path-splitting realm reaching 8 million light-years is incredibly rare. Even with the foundation laid by the Jade Gourd's 7 types of divine liquids, a substantial base is needed. But the chaos void is vast and endless. Many extraordinary life forms with time bloodlines naturally harbored immensely vast internal universes at birth. It's not impossible for a path-splitting realm to have an internal universe close to 8 million light-years. Compared to the size of the internal universe, what shocked the red-clothed girl toddler the most was Lin Yuan's comprehension ability. Comprehending all runes in 1 year was something not even those extraordinary lives with rich time bloodlines could achieve. Let me take a look. The red-clothed girl toddler glanced around, and after closing her eyes and feeling around for a bit, she pointed at a location and said, "Start from there." Understood. Lin Yuan nodded. He immediately began to control that area, rebuilding it using the template of the first rune internal universe, and started to piece it together. A faint tremor spread throughout the internal universe, and Lin Yuan slightly furrowed his brows, stopping his actions. How is it? Do you feel like your internal universe is about to collapse? The red-clothed girl toddler said with a smile. Yes. Lin Yuan nodded. That's normal. Altering the universe's structure impacts the entire universe. The red-clothed girl toddler said with a smile. Any changes to the universe's structure will cause a similar sensation. However, others altering the universe's structure run the risk of their internal universe's complete collapse. But you needn't worry about that. The red-clothed girl toddler said. After fully understanding all runes, altering the universe's structure for Lin Yuan is as simple as taking an open book exam. Lin Yuan quietly listened by her side. I continue. Lin Yuan once again became immersed in the task of altering the structure of the universe within his body. Your innate understanding defies the natural order, attempting to change the fundamental structure of the universe, enhancing your comprehension of the universe's essence, and accelerating the modification of the universe's fundamental structure. At first, Lin Yuan's pace of altering the universe was quite slow. After all, he had to be extremely careful, as even with the standard answers in hand, one must proceed with caution. But as the modifications deepened, Lin Yuan quickly became proficient, and the speed of change also soared. This monster! The little girl in red watched from the side. Initially, she could offer some suggestions, such as guiding Lin Yuan where and in which direction to alter. But gradually, the little girl in red found she was unable to give any more advice. Even the means Lin Yuan used to change the fundamental structure of the universe were more exquisite than what she knew. Each universe is different, and the little girl in red mastered only the general direction of the fundamental changes in the universe's structure. She naturally couldn't compare to Lin Yuan in understanding this particular inner universe. CTH At website on Google to access chapters of novels early and in the highest quality. The source world. Qingfen domain. Yu family. Lin Yuan sat cross-legged, his breath deeply concealed. Shifting to martial Tao is going quite smoothly. Lin Yuan nodded slightly. The original Yu Yen was equivalent to the 8th or 9th layer of the Chaos Void, with an immense amount of Yuan energy contained within his body. As Lin Yuan recultivated martial Tao, he naturally didn't waste this Yuan energy, transforming it all into nourishment for martial Tao refinement. Fierce Sun Ancient Country. Lin Yuan once again looked up at the eternal sun that spanned the sky, and then a practice method emerged in his mind. Fierce Sun God Nurturing Method. Through a specific method, condensing a seed of the fierce sun within the body. The seed of the fierce sun had many uses, reinforcing the physical body, guarding the soul and the spirit, etc. Every creature in the fierce sun ancient country, from birth, was bestowed with this fierce sun God Nurturing Method to forge their foundation. This fierce sun God Nurturing Method is said to come from the ancestor of fierce sun, and spreading it to every creature within the ancient country was also the will of that ancestor. Lin Yuan thought to himself. The fierce sun God Nurturing Method progresses from easy to difficult. It is easy to condense a single seed of the fierce sun, but to condense 10 seeds is extremely difficult. To condense 100 seeds? That is something only a 12th layer self-Tao realm powerhouse can accomplish. In this world, the self-Tao realm is referred to as the path-splitting realm, and the general idea is much the same, to carve out one's own path. I can start by practicing it a bit to see if I can integrate it with martial Tao. Lin Yuan contemplated to himself. As for the true main body in the chaos void, he is still waiting for the results of his cultivation. The fierce sun god nurturing method originates from the ancestor of fierce Sunday. It's unclear if there are hidden dangers, but cultivating with this body, the worst outcome is just giving up this descent. It's completely within Lin Yuan's tolerance. It will not affect the true main body in the chaos void. The original body spent hundreds of years to condense only 9 seeds of the fierce sun. Lin Yuan thought to himself, a member of the Dongyang clan, Dongyang Meng, also managed to condense 9 seeds of the fierce sun, which was why she and the original were honored as the last candidates likely to enter the service of Lord Qingfen. Unfortunately, those 9 seeds of the fierce sun were destroyed due to the Dongyang family's assassination attempt, 3 of which shattered, and then when I shifted to martial Tao, the remaining 6 also disintegrated. Lin Yuan shook his head slightly. The fierce sun god nurturing method is neither a legacy nor a Tao but rather like a method that assists in cultivation, increasing certain foundational qualities by condensing seeds of the fierce sun within the body. The more seeds of the fierce sun one has, the greater the corresponding benefits one receives. As for what those benefits are, the original body was not clear, only feeling that with each additional seed of the fierce sun condensed, the speed of his cultivation increased slightly. Let's begin. Lin Yuan's thoughts converged, his martial Tao strength was recovering quickly, and without needing much effort, he decided it was worthwhile to give the fierce sun god nurturing method a try. Rustle. Between heaven and earth. Threads of scorching breath flowed into Lin Yuan's body, beginning to condense slowly. Your innate understanding defies the natural order, cultivating the fierce sun god nurturing method, and forming the first seed of the fierce sun. Your innate understanding defies the natural order, cultivating the fierce sun god nurturing method, and forming the third seed of the fierce sun. Your innate understanding defies the natural order, cultivating the fierce sun god nurturing method, and forming the fifth seed of the fierce sun. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know report so we can fix it as soon as possible. You're tuning in to the Wisdom Diary YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.